had to pay the price. I saw in you what life was missing. You lit a flame that consumed my hate. I'm now one for reminiscing, but I traded all for your sweet embrace. 'Cause we lost everything. We had to pay the price. There's a canvas with two faces of fallen angels who loved and lost. It was a passion for the ages, but in the end, guess we paid the cost. A thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. Said what you had to say, but a thing of beauty will never fade away. Will never fade away. I see your eyes, I know you see me. You're like a ghost, you're everywhere. I'm your team, I'm never leaving. A metal soul of rage and fear. That one thing that changed it all. That one thing that caused the fall. A thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. So what you had to say, but a thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. And I'll do my duty, I know. Somehow I'll find a way, but a thing of beauty will never fade away. And I'll do my duty, will never fade away. Will never fade away. Will never fade away.
All right,
Showtime.
here we are.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey everyone.
Hey guys. Welcome
How is
back.
everybody tonight?
Hyper.
Fantastic.
I'm Just eating.
So we're coming off a fantastic stream last night with Scotty and Scotty's origin story, which was great. A lot of audience participation last night as well. So a lot of chat going on. It was awesome. So without further delay, how about we roll into introductions? Let's start down there in the corner with Scotty.
So, for those who don't know, my name is Matt, and I play Scotty Sims, aka the Rat. He's the fixer of the group, so he's good at, he's the talker. Good at, just convincing people of things, whether it be truth or lie, and just being overall... I mean, he lives up to his name of the Rat. He's always a trickster. And a self-proclaimed pacifist.
Self-proclaimed pacifist.
Bullshit is what it is.
If it was up to him, those words would be true.
All right. So, how about you, Paul?
Oh, hey guys. Well, welcome back. First of all, secondly, I am Rob, and I play Paul Lucero, or Ryden, as he's mostly known by. And in case you weren't here, he likes to blow a lot of things up, including himself. He also likes Guinness, beef lo mein, and long walks on the beach.
Wow. I suddenly feel like we're on a dating game or something there with that one. All right.
That'd be one of the other episodes. The beach episode.
The beach episode, yes. Ring, how about you?
Hi, I'm Jenny. I play Reese, who apparently is the one that all of the enemy guys end up choosing for some reason, or it's just from. Because apparently she's a badass hot biker chick that everybody likes. Who knows? And apparently she's walking into a fucking shit show today, so this is gonna be fun. But no, she's the resident psychopath, or one of them, who apparently likes to shoot shit quite a bit. So we'll see if she shoots somebody tonight.
Awesome.
But I essentially will.
Well, we'll see if we can not disappoint. Paradox. And you were back last week, but I'm going to say welcome back again because this is like the first full episode that you've been back. So, welcome back, man. Tell us a little bit about you. Sorry about that.
I don't care. I am Chloe, and I play Paradox, aka Nyx Huxley. She is freaking nuts, and she is like bubblegum pop princess, but with a killer aspect. And she's really crazy, and I'm glad she's back, and she's risen from the dead.
It gives you a chance to express a side of your own personality, maybe, or I don't know. Is that kind of the thing?
I'm
just picking on you, Chloe.
I mean, maybe. We don't know. I'm a far too compassionate person to actually, to do the things that she does, but I bet there's some deep recesses of my mind that are probably a little bit vindictive.
Everybody's got a little bit of a crazy side too.
Right.
Well,
I see Paradox as just the intrusive thoughts you don't normally let win.
What about you? I do have to say before we get going that I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys, and your ability to add depth and really dive into your characters is fantastic. So thank you very much for that. And with that, I'm Greg Swan. I have Razzmatazz. I am the game master for this particular game, the BOR, set in Cyberpunk universe. So there's my introduction. The least important person on the screen. That's me. So, with that, let's roll into this. Painting a little bit of the scene from where we left off last week. Raiden got the idea that Comp C was the way to go for dealing with the issues down here in the Hive.
It's the best idea ever.
Yeah. It was definitely an idea. I'm not really sure about best, but it had some.
This is his best. I'd hate to see the other ideas he's had.
I'm wondering if Ring's the only sensible one. She leaves for one episode and y'all blow shit up.
Well, it definitely had some lasting impact, so to speak. So with that, we've just experienced this large concussive force inside of our bunker. Sawyer, Paul, Scotty, and Paradox, Nix, were all inside the bunker when this went off. Scotty obviously had a unique experience from all of this, and a rude awakening as you realize that someone is standing over you, Scotty. You can kind of tell. I mean, the room is filled with smoke. You got the red strobe lights going off, so it's kind of dazzling in a way because you're already dealing with your mind isn't exactly focused right now. The smell of the smoke's just coming to you, and above you, you see Ring's face calling down to you. With that, I'll turn it over to you, Ring.
So Ring will kind of look at Scotty. Hey, kid, wake up! Come on, wake the fuck up! She'll reach down and just kind of smack across the face, like, dude, wake the fuck up.
So like getting smacked like, who?
It's Ring, idiot, wake up! What
He
the fuck happened?
He kind of like slowly blinks his eyes and then just like lets out a couple coughs. It's like, shit, oh god. He's looking around like, what the fuck happened? I remember Paul saying you might want to back up, and then I'm here.
She's just gonna kind of pinch the bridge of her nose. I swear to God, I take one fucking night off. The fuck? What did the asshole do?
Listen,
What did he do?
I'm just waking up out of a concussion-induced dream, and to be frank, mine's a little rattled. But I think whatever the fuck just happened, we can blame it on Paul. That's my gut's telling me that right now.
Doesn't fucking surprise me. Where is the old idiot? Oh, I swear to God, I'm fixing to shoot one of your assholes tonight. Oh, I swear I'm gonna shoot one of y'all. Where is he?
Hold on. We were all. Kind of looks around. It's like, with all the smoke that's gone on, it's like, he should be somewhere close by.
Okay, so again, what happened? What did he do? Like, you said he said back up. I mean, with him, that could mean he was getting ready to shoot somebody, shoot you. I mean, we're talking like 20 different scenarios here. So what happened?
Just give me a sec. Give me a sec. He's kind of like rubbing the side of his head. It's like, okay, it's coming to me. Yep. Okay. The dumbass set off some explosives.
She just kind of stands there for a moment. It's just this deadpan look on her face. He did what?
No, if I didn't know better, I think we found his panic response. Because I feel like he's normally a little smarter than that.
That's debatable. I live with a bunch of idiots. And then all of a sudden you just hear at the top of her lungs her screaming, Paul, where the fuck are you?
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
Yeah.
Do we get a response out of that?
Not yet.
She's gonna shake her head, kind of reach down. You good? I'm assuming since you're talking to me that not, no injuries, nothing like that, because, yeah, I don't do the first aid crap.
Nah, I think I just got hit by concussive blast. I don't think kind of checks himself over, patting himself. It's like doesn't seem like I got hit by any shrapnel or burns. It'll take me a minute to clear my head, but let's go look for Paul and Sawyer. Maybe we'll trip over their bodies.
No, I don't fucking need that again. No. Okay, let's get you up. She'll help him get up, kind of help him get set on his feet.
Didn't answer my question now,
Stumbles a
did
little,
you?
but kind of catches himself. And he's like, "All right, thanks. Let's find the others."
Yeah. Sorry, God, I can't leave y'all idiots alone. I cannot leave y'all alone. Here, I thought I was the psychopath of the group. She'll kind of start looking around, very carefully moving through some smoke and stuff everywhere. Find him yet?
So, you guys are in the command or the common area, right?
Yeah.
So as you guys kind of wander around, all the smoke is kind of filled up that particular area. You see a kind of a dim smoke, a light covered like smoke. Excuse me, like light coming from the kitchen, but diffused by the smoke, so you can't really see it clearly. But yeah, there's light coming from the kitchen. In addition to all like the emergency lights and stuff like that.
Ringo kind of make her way that way, and of course she can hear I'm assuming the siren's still going. She's gonna kind of look back and go, Rat, were y'all trying to get in that fucking room again?
No, actually, we were supposed to set off in the command center, I think. I can't shake the feeling like I'm forgetting something important right now. But, pretty sure it was in the command center where, Paul set the explosives off.
Okay, so expect a dead body of Sawyer. Got it! She'll keep making her way towards the kitchen, kind of shuffling her feet along, feeling for a body. Hoping it's Paul, because the moment she finds him, she's going to give him a swift kick in the side with her steel-toe biker boots.
So as she makes it into the kitchen, she notices the fridge is open, and sitting near the open fridge, is Paul drinking a Guinness and holding what's left of a six-pack. Most of them are broken, but he has like 2 left, and he's drinking one, and he has the other one, and he kind of looks up to you. Hey! He's speaking super loud. Sorry, didn't mean to wake you.
Yeah, she's gonna walk over, grab both those bottles of Guinness, and just bust them right on the counter in front of him and be like, "Fuck you, asshole."
Ooh.
I was drinking that.
I don't give a fucking
Kind of sticks
shit.
his finger
What?
in his ear. Kind of.
I'm sorry, did I say we weren't going to have any combat tonight? Maybe I was wrong.
Tries to like wiggle out the kind of ringing in his right ear, or both ears rather. He kind of looks over. He looks around. He finds one of the Guinness bottles is like half broken. There's a little bit left, so he just kind of downs that. Brushes himself off. Kind of stands up.
She's gonna get like right here and be like, "What the fuck did you do?"
Well, let's go see.
What did you do, you dumbass? I heard explosions. I heard.
I might have killed Sawyer. That's one thing I might have done.
That's
But we'll find
fucking
out.
Obvious.
So he kind of.
Why?
We'll see. You'll see. And he kind of like makes his way towards the command center through all the smoke. Kind of again, he's not really picking up his feet because he doesn't want to trip over anything, but he's kind of shuffling his way there.
She's gonna reach out and kind of grab the back of his shirt, not caring if she's digging into any injuries or anything like that. She's just got this like really pissed off look on her face right now as she's falling up. Rat, do you find Sawyer or whatever the fuck his name is?
I'm trying to look, honestly, a guy as big as him shouldn't be that hard to miss. It's kind of like looking around the command center through the smoke.
To be
are
fair,
you
you should
talking
be able
about?
to smell him.
That's rude.
And he's short. He's wide and short.
Wide
not that
and
big.
short.
The listen, man has the body proportions of the Michelin Man. It can't be that hard.
Damn, no love for Sawyer, Jesus.
Wow.
So as she's following after Ryden, she's like, so what the fuck was the point of this? What were you doing? Like seriously, blowing the fucking base up, dude?
Trying to prove a point.
I think it was his
Real-
panic response.
Tired of those stupid guns coming down here trying to shoot us, so I blew it up.
I'd
Did it
rather
even
the guns
work?
coming at us. That's a lot more fun than fucking dealing with you blowing crap up. Us included.
Ah, you're fine, you're fine. Let's put some hair in your
Yeah,
chest.
the only reason I'm fine is because I was fucking upstairs in my damn bedroom.
He kind of stops and he thinks about that for a moment. He's like, huh. I wonder if the other guest thought it was an earthquake. Probably. Because he keeps walking.
And this is why we never should have fucking come here. Bunch of psychopaths. And I'm supposed to be... You just hear her ranting and raving in Italian at this point.
I'm telling you, Paul he's the closet psycho. He's the worst of all of us.
Ring just
Or
kind
the
of looks
best,
over.
depending on how you look at it.
Right now, I think both of y'all got fucking death wishes. Which I will gladly fulfill at this point.
Look, let's
Starting
just
with this one.
let's just find Sawyer wherever he is. Hope that he's not dead, cause I think Paul was a little premature on the trigger there.
That's rude. That's real rude.
Be aware, Sawyer dies, I'm killing you. And she points directly at Paul. We need him. We don't need your fucking ass.
What's the stuff I hear about Sawyer dying?
She hears him, she kind of moves in. You're
See, he's just
alive?
fine. He's like a cockroach. You can't kill him.
So
It's gonna-
mean.
We're just gonna look at Paul and be like, yeah. Dude, you ain't fucking met psychopath me. Just wait. Just wait. Now somebody fucking explain to me why this idiot set off bombs in our fucking base. Please. And I'm only saying please once.
Let's see. He's like kind of rubbing the side of his head again, like trying to remember. We got back. We had a new server set up that we were gonna repair the system with. Wait, I think we did do that, and then Paul decided to blow something up. Wait, no, yeah, we tried to mess with the system once we had it installed. Then the gun from the ceiling came down, and then Paul decided to throw some C4 at it.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Yep,
She's gonna
sounds
look at
about right.
She's gonna move over to Sawyer and kind of help him up while they're giving this explanation.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
Yeah, don't fucking sweet me right now, sweetheart. You ain't gonna like it.
How you doing down there, old man? He says to Sawyer.
I would be better if I wasn't trapped underground with a bunch of psychopaths.
But you'd be dead though.
Probably.
No, you still might be.
You don't know that. I'm a cockroach, remember? It's gonna take a whole
Just
lot
kinda
more
right-
than that to kill me.
This is good. Alright, so
Ring just
Paul
kind of looks
actually-
at Sawyer and is like, you do realize you were damn near dead when we found you, right?
Yeah, but damn near still ain't dead.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
got a point there.
Change that.
So Paul walks over to where the Gatling gun or turret gun had drop down from the ceiling. What does that area look like?
There's definite scorch marks. The bottom panel of the gun has been basically blown off. It looks like the gun retracted back up into the ceiling.
Okay. Huh. I was hoping he would have done more than that. He looks disappointed. And he looks over at the crate with the rest of the C4 in it.
Don't even fucking think about it. I will put a fucking bullet in your head before you touch it.
Listen, I'd like to leave the building before you pull any more stuff like that, alright?
I mean, how do you think we're gonna get inside that door? Probably not the blow our way in, but I'd rather not get shot by a fucking Gatling gun doing it. That's why I was trying to blow it up.
Hey,
Why was that thing?
Whoa. Well, I need somebody to help me over to the computer system. If it's still there, I don't know.
Ringo, well, just kind of looks at Paul, at Scotty. He's like, go put that shit up in the armory, please, away from him and his fucking explosive fingers. And she'll move over to Sawyer and kind of help him over towards the computer. So, somebody explain to me what was going on before this. Like, why the last time that damn thing showed up, or we had anything kind of like this, y'all were trying to get into the room. But according to the kid over here, y'all weren't trying to get into the room. So what's going on? Like, sorry, you find something again or something like that?
Yeah, I found a turret. And he tried to blow it up.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Actually, I didn't find the turret. He found the turret.
How did
He's
you find
obsessed
that?
with getting through that door.
Well, yeah, there's something behind it that we kind of need to know, because obviously that's going to be a pivotal piece of information for us.
I'm not so sure you need to know what's behind that door. Seems like every time you try to get behind that door, something bad happens.
Man's got a good point. We're still getting behind that door, though. He's still staring at the hole, at the spot where that turret's at. Somewhere out of nowhere, he pulls out a grenade and he's kind of just bouncing it in his palm of his hand.
You can tell that the smoke that's inside the facility now is coming from that turret.
Can Ring see him sitting here tossing this grenade?
Sure.
Probably, yeah. He's literally just standing there staring at the hole in the ceiling that he made.
Ring's gonna let both the Rippers come out and look at Paul and be like, "You really want to test it? Do you really want to test it?" I'm itching for some fucking payback, dude. So, do you really want to test
Tired
it?
of getting fucking shot at. I'm tired of he kind of looks around and spots the mess of computers and monitors and shit. I'm tired of the system jerking us around and we ain't got no fucking answers.
And you think blowing us the fuck up is gonna get those answers?
Maybe. It's a good idea at the time.
As Scotty kind of picks up the box of other C4 and it's like, alright, from now on, whenever you want to use something explosive, you're gonna need to fill out a little permission slip, alright? Because turns out you can't quite be trusted with them on your own.
It looks at Scotty. It's like, I'll shoot you. I
Yeah, it
will
wouldn't be the first time you've tried.
Ring's like, "You got two of us to deal with, though. Yeah, go ahead and shoot him. I'm just gonna take your head off your shoulders while you're doing it."
You realize I can light you on fire just by looking at you, right?
Ooh,
Paul
please
pulls
do. I'd love to watch that.
Paul pulls the pin of the grenade and just holds it there.
Right, carrying this over to the armory. Have fun, Ring. You kind of just runs out.
Ring just looks at Paul and is like, "Go ahead. I ain't got no problem going down. But you a fucking idiot."
Makes two of us.
Oh, no, I ain't the idiot. I ain't the one that tried to fucking blow the goddamn place up.
I don't know about all you, but my vote is live. If it means anything.
I mean, I don't mind going down swinging, but I'd rather have answers before that, about what's going on here, what happened to my sister.
walks off towards the door, the secret door, the special door, still holding the grenade. He hasn't put the pin back. He just kind of walks in that direction. It's like, sorry, go see how that system's doing. I'm gonna go take a peek, see if this door's still back the same. He kind of just walks up to it and knocks.
And knocks. It's
Very
thick.
politely.
It's thick. You can tell that. It's thick
Nothing
enough.
else happens.
It's thick enough that you can't tell whether it's hollow on the other side or not.
Okay. It's like, oh, okay, so he kind of looks at it, looks at the kind of edges of it. I'm assuming it's like one of those kind of sliding steel doors.
Yep.
It's not really like a door jam or anything. It's like, all right, well,
You can see the camera that's right up above it. Especially in this light with the smoke and everything, you can see the little red light.
Paul looks at the camera. Looks at the door, looks at the camera, pulls out his pistol and shoots the camera.
Okay.
Ring's just kind of standing over near Sawyer watching this whole damn thing. She's just like...
And kind of turns around and walks off.
Scotty, over from the armory, hears a gunshot and goes, "Who shot who?"
Oh, I love it! Automatically thinking somebody shoots somebody else. Ring actually just kind of laughs at that point, looks at Sawyer, is like, okay, since apparently these two knobheads can't explain, will you please explain?
When the
fuck's going on?
When the gunshot goes off, you actually see Sawyer flinch.
Don't worry, I told you I wouldn't shoot you again.
And well, not you. Ring's in the room with him. Ring, you see him flinch when the gunshot goes off. He kind of turns to you real quick. Doesn't really say anything, just kind of looks at you. So, yeah, what happened? So they want me to get information out of the system here. And I gotta remember here, because, oh man, my head's a little wonky from all this. Oh yeah, they wanted me to shut the system. They had me start the system up, and then they wanted me to shut it back down. I think that's what happened. And then when I went to shut it down, that gun. Did you know there were guns in this place? There's like turrets in here.
Doesn't surprise me.
But it came down. And when we backed off, it came down and it like focused on us, like it was gonna shoot us.
Hold on. You said this happened right after Raiden told you to shut the system down.
Right. I think that's how it worked.
She just kind of stands there for a moment. She's like,
So I gotta. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. What do you want?
you isolated the AI, right? Sebastian, or whatever the fuck.
Well, see, that's the. Yeah. I think that was the problem. Is.
We lost Raiden.
Well, it was isolated. At least I thought it was.
What do you mean was?
Well, it looked like it was. I mean, what does isolation mean to you? I mean, it was trapped in one space.
Yes, and trapped in one space and shouldn't have been able to fuck with anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, got out.
Yeah, question is how long ago?
Well, I don't know. What time is it?
I don't fucking know.
Well, look. They told me we got the parts. You remember the parts? We got the parts. We've got the machine back together. I went through, I was powering everything up. And when I was powering everything up, the AI took over and started bringing the whole system online. That's basically what happened.
So guys, she's gonna pause this for a minute. She's just kind of sitting there looking around the room. It's like it's an infection almost on this shit. Just, you said it just took back over and brought everything back up.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been able to do that though.
Well, it shouldn't be
You can
able to
kind of
do
look
that,
over.
but it did.
Like I said, it's a damn fucking infection apparently.
Well, I told you this thing was weird. This thing doesn't behave like any type of AI I've ever seen. It actually kind of behaves like you know, what do you call it? One of them rogue things.
Like something, yeah, rogue AI basically.
Yeah.
At that point, Paul kind of re-enters the command room. It's like, so, can you bring that thing? Can you, I don't know, work your magic and see what the state of that thing is? Because cameras over there are still working.
Yeah, I gotta get this. Make sure that the interface is still functional after that, so I can see what's going on. So I'll do that. I'll see if I can turn these lights off. Or there's a whole havoc system that's connected to this thing, so I can probably vent the smoke out. I'm sure you don't really care, so I'll just go do it.
Yeah, thanks. I'd offer you a beer, but I kind of busted the last one's pissed off at that asshole. Speaking of asshole, Raiden, where's the kid? We need to talk about this, because...
He's
Yeah, I
back in
think
the
we
armory
may-
putting away the toys.
Kind of just
Yeah, you
says
stay the
that.
fuck away from said toys.
Just as they're kind of saying that, Scotty comes back. He's like, "All right, okay, I'm back. You saying something?" Looks over at Paul's hands, like, "Why do you still have the grenade? Stop that, Paul, buddy."
Oh,
Ring's gonna...
Paul
back in.
looks at the grenade. He's like, oh, he puts the pin back in and tucks that into his pocket.
Ah, okay. Thank you. Fuck. All right.
As
so,
he does that, Ring will let her rippers disappear finally.
All right. We cool?
No. No.
Are you sure there's no more beer?
Yeah, I busted the last ones. That's the asshole. Busted him right in front of him.
She did, but Paul reaches into his leather jacket and pulls out a little bottle of whiskey and hands it over to Sawyer.
Oh, you've been holding out on me, I see.
Just it's my emergency stash.
You know what this would go really good with? This would go really good with some cubes. He looks over at Ring. Would you be a sweetie and go get me some cubes?
Ring just grins. And it's not that sweet innocent, it's that I'm fixing to fuck somebody up. Grin's like, turn around, get to work. He may not have promised to shoot you. I didn't. Don't fucking call me
you want the system working, right? You want the lights back on, you want this smoke out of here.
I think what he's saying is he works better drunk.
I can play this game too, you know.
Ring's just gonna look over at Ride and go, you fucked up, you get to fix this.
Paul kind of walks into the common area, goes to the kitchen, kind of rummages to the cabinets, grabs a couple of pair of tumblers, and puts a couple cubes of ice in each of them, and he walks back over to Sawyer. He's like, all right, fill both of them up.
Okay, while you're in the kitchen, give me a odd or even.
Even Steven, man. It's the name of the game.
And it never fails.
Nope, never failed, baby.
Okay, so while you're out there in the kitchen, you go to grab the ice cubes, and you realize you it's like you're forgetting something.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean everybody's head's still a little foggy, but
Oh,
really,
yeah.
really distinct deja vu thing going on where you're just like, fuck, there's something important that I'm forgetting.
So Paul kind of stops. He scratches at his beard. It's kind of sitting there. Did I leave my little man upstairs?
Did I leave the oven on?
Where's that freaking low money?
He starts patting his pockets. He's like, kind of reaches into his jacket, pulls out his smokes.
man.
I got those.
If you keep the lo mein in your pockets, I'm not stealing any more of that.
He's like, he pulls out a pack of smokes. I got these. Okay, he pulls out a lighter. Got that. He pulls out a wad of Eddie's. Okay, we got that. You know, he looks down at his holsters. His weapons there. He's must not be important.
Wow.
Kind of at that point, he grabs the two glasses with the pair of ice cubes in there.
So while he's out there grabbing the ice cubes ring, you're in the room with Sawyer, and he's starting to type away on the computer. He kind of hits the side of it a couple times. There, see, that works every time. Repair method number 5. Say, what happened? What happened to that one blonde chick?
Blonde chick. We didn't have no blonde chick here.
Well, maybe it wasn't blonde. Well, I don't know. Goofy hair. Big kahungas, goofy hair, kind of crazy.
You talking? You better not be fucking talking about my sister.
Well, that's your sister? Wow.
Yeah, fucking.
You two don't look anything alike.
No, that asshole. And Paradox is dead. She died a while back.
Wow. Man, I must have really drank too much. Fuck.
Scotty's
gonna stop
in the room with
him
them,
from
right?
drinking.
Scotty's still in that room with them, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ring's gonna look over it at the red. Why the fuck is he bringing up Paradox?
His eyes wide. He's like, holy fuck, I forgot!
I
Forgot
think
what?
she's probably still laying in the other room.
Lady, did y'all find her body or something while y'all were out?
No. Okay. First of all, just let me ask. How do you handle surprises?
Be thankful I don't have my fucking rifle on me.
Okay, not well. Okay, okay.
So, by the way, Paul's walked in as he's kind of standing in the entrance when Paradox is mentioned. He makes eye contact with Scotty, and then he starts backing out of the room.
Whoa, wait a minute, where's my ice?
He's gone.
Ring just looks over at
Son
Brett
of a
and he's just
bitch.
like, did y'all find her body?
Yes? Emphasis on the question mark. Help me look around.
So as Scotty says that, he gets a text message from Paul that says, "You're the guy who does the talking, so talk."
The fact
messages
that Ryan
back.
is running fucking scared.
It's like he messages Paul back. Like, how am I supposed to explain that she's back? Like, look,
So
I'm
while
just
they're
gonna find
doing this, Ring's gonna make her way out to the armory and grab her rifle because she has a feeling she's gonna need it.
Ooh.
Violence. It's the first and only answer.
What did I tell you? Bunch of fucking psychos.
So she walks. She walks back with the rifle. She's like, "Okay, now somebody want to fucking explain to me what's going on?"
Okay. First of all, you can put that down. And yes, Paradox is here, and fuck, this is gonna sound crazy, but you should just see it for yourself. Help me look for her.
What do I need to see? She's dead. I'm assuming y'all found her body whoever took it.
Listen, as long as that rifle is in your hands, I feel like the more I explain, the more I risk getting shot by you. So let's just find Paradox, and you can see for yourself.
You're making it sound like she's alive, and I swear to God, if that's the case.
He's just sort of laughing. He's just like, let's look for her.
And you can just see her eyes start twitching. Somebody better start fucking explaining something to me right the fuck now. And all she does is she fires off one shot straight into the ceiling.
And as she does that, wasn't me, didn't do it. Can't blame me. Didn't shoot anybody this time. I want that on the record.
Now explain. What the fuck?
Okay. Now, don't panic. Don't finger off the trigger. Finger off the trigger.
She's gonna very casually take it off the trigger, however, it's staying very close to it.
Okay, cool, thanks. Paradox is alive.
She's gonna just lower the gun and level it straight at him.
Okay. Listen, I'm just as confused as you are, okay? Me and Paul were out of the city for a little job, which went sideways as all hell. And then she just showed up in a big-ass truck and gave us a ride back here.
I watched her flatline.
Yeah, me too.
We all did.
Shut the fuck up, Raiden. I watched her flatline. She is not alive. Whoever that is not Paradox.
Then maybe, listen, as I said, just see for yourself. Maybe it's a very convincing, very, very convincing, I don't know, doppelganger, like what we saw with me when we got the data gel server. Just help me look for her. She was around here somewhere.
Kid, understand. If this is somebody that's playing imposter of her, I'm gonna shoot her, and then I'm gonna come after the both of you for even allowing her to show up.
Exactly. Okay, you know what? The shooting her, fine if she's fake. I get that.
Hey,
Shooting me?
I didn't have anything to do with any of that. Just
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in that bandwagon. Because frankly, I prefer not to get
makes
shot.
three of us.
He did kind of save our ass.
And you just let somebody that's claiming to be Paradox show up at our base. Knowing that she died and watched her die.
Listen, I already saw a doppelganger of myself, and trust me, I get the skepticism. At the same time, I'm pretty good at reading people, and it really seemed like her.
She even asked for stickers.
Yeah,
That's
that was like the first thing that came out of her mouth, actually.
That's actually what has Ring lowering her rifle.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, just keep the gun down, and let's find her.
There's one of two things that means that's happened. Because this is a case. And both of them somebody's gonna fucking get. She just paused, she's like, just find her.
That's what I'm trying to do. Now, shit, I thought you'd be happier at this news, but okay.
You're telling me either the doctor fucked up and she didn't actually die, And I mourned her while she was still the fuck alive. Or somebody fucking cloned her.
Or they somehow found a way to bring a dead body back to life. You never know what fucking super science corpos got. They're already practically immortal.
Even fucking worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Listen. What?
Either way, somebody fucking did something wrong and somebody's gonna fucking answer for it.
Listen, I'm all for finding answers as well. But first, let's find Paradox. And Sky's kind of be walking around walking around wherever, just trying to find Paradox among the smoke and everything that's going on.
Okay, Ring, are you helping look for this person they're calling Paradox?
At this point, she has slung her rifle back over her back and she is helping to search.
Okay. So, Scotty? Odd or even?
Even Steven.
Okay. So, as you guys are looking around trying to find Paradox, the person they're calling Paradox, you get the idea to go look out in the kitchen again. And in between, because there's some large countertop space, kind of with a ring aisle that goes along where the ovens and the stove and all that stuff is at. And you see a shape on the floor, laying on the floor.
She'll kind of slowly move over, kind of reach out and tap the person with her foot.
Okay. You tap the person, you get the response that you'd expect. I mean, it definitely feels like flesh, like a person.
She'll kind of move a little bit closer, lean down, and kind of shake the person. Hey, wake up.
When you touch them, they're warm to the touch.
Does she notice that it's Paradox? When she's looking?
When you shake them a little bit and start calling to them, there's an odd sense of familiarity when you touch her. You can't see her really well. Are you gonna roll her over?
She's gonna kind of move her over where she can kind of get a little bit better view of who it is.
Okay. And you kind of bring her face up where you can see her face, and the features begin to come clear. And you don't want to believe, but as you look at her, I mean, this looks exactly like Paradox. Exactly like her.
All they're gonna hear is a crash as she bolts backwards when she sees her, literally falling the fuck over shit. No.
You do notice her chest rising. She's breathing.
She's just stunned, speechless. Like she's just sitting there looking at her. She's flat on her ass, just sitting here looking at Paradox, just like, this isn't real. This rat, get your ass in here. This isn't real.
Scotty comes over and is like, what, did you fall or something? I heard a crash.
Please fucking tell me this isn't real, please.
I guess he kind of sees, like, where Paradox is like, oh, okay. Okay, shit, she's still... God, I swear she's dead after this. He kind of goes over to check on her.
Whoever that is alive. Who the fuck is it? It can't be her. I watched her flatline.
Well, boy, do I have a surprise for you. He kind of like gently rolls Paradox over. It's like, hey, wake up! He kind of just like lightly Not like Harley, but kind of lightly smacks the cheeks, like a gentler version of what Ring did to Scotty at the start.
Okay. You're up, Nix.
She kind of coughs a little bit, keeping her eyes closed, and she says, What happened?"
Paul's a dumbass. That's what happened.
Oh, that makes sense. She kind of slowly opens her eyes and looks over and notices that her burger is sitting a couple feet away from her on the floor, all dusty, and she goes, "My burger! No!"
Ring's just sitting here watching this, and she, no, and you can just see her like just in panic mode, like just, no. That's just all she keeps repeating is no.
Ring, you're gonna deep breaths. Okay, deep breaths.
She kind of shakes her head a little, and she's like, "Ring's here?"
Yeah, and remember we were saying she thought you were dead. She's freaking out a little. Just try to not make her panic anymore.
I watched her die. I watched her lose her shit. I watched her die.
Why
That's
do
not
y'all
paradox.
keep saying that? That didn't happen. At least I don't remember it. If it did.
No, because chances are you're a fucking clone or somebody brought you back from the dead without your memories.
Yeah, she doesn't remember what happened.
I'm gathering.
I remember most things. Jeez. I'm not stupid.
What was the last job we did together? Just me and you. Or me and Paradox.
We went to a bar and we fucked up some shit as usual, and we were trying to kill this scabber. We didn't get to kill him, god damn it.
As she's sitting there describing it, Ring's just sitting there looking, and she just kind of looks up at Scotty and she's like, nobody knew about that.
Yeah, as I said, if it's not her, it's convincing as hell.
She
Nobody.
even asked for stickers.
The stickers was something she did around others. Nobody knew about that job except the one that gave it to us, and me and her. That was our last job when we got the call to come to this shithole.
Hey.
We
Not
showed
that
up all
bad of a
covered in
blood.
blood.
Where did
You
I
get
shoot
an
the guy?
opportunity. Oh, jeez. Now you're really testing my memory.
That should be too hard. Ring has one favorite place she likes to shoot guys.
Why?
The ding
I
dong.
mean,
I don't want to remember that.
The fact that every one of them is panicking.
well, you shoot him where you always do, right between the legs.
Why would you do that?
Who does that?
Yes.
Fucking
She's
animal.
kind of looked up. She's kind of looked up at Fred.
He was a bad dude. He was
There's
a
some
bad
things
dude.
that are sacred.
No,
Exactly. See, he gets it.
Nothing is
Fucking
sacred.
dude was a scab selling drugs. Don't even fucking start with me.
Then shoot him in the head, not the other head.
I wanted to make him suffer. Fucking
That's what we
assholes left that in.
did. That's what we do. That's how we roll.
I'm the terrible one for blowing shit up. He's not to shoot nobody in the dick.
I want answers, guys. Nobody knew that except for her, me, and the person that gave us the job, and they didn't need to know the full details of what we did there.
Well, frankly, we're right there with you, because... Wait, I'm starting to remember now. I remember Sawyer telling us that Paradox just appeared down here as soon as the system went back up. Apparently she clocked him real good, just punched him right in the face for whatever reason, and then set out to save
Yo,
Madame Paul's
dudes,
ass.
the Empire's pretty chill.
Apparently she
Maybe
don't
you
remember
could,
that
like,
part.
join it or something.
Bring them kind of look over and see, like, What is the last thing you remember?
Last thing I remember is being in the car with Paul as it flipped over and talking to Sebastian, and I didn't quite reply to him, and that's all I remember. So I assumed
What do you mean talking to Sebastian?
he asked if I was okay. And I kind of just grunted in reply. I didn't really say anything, and then that's all I remember.
Scotty, wasn't that the one where she went?
Zombie Hulk? Yes.
Zombie Hulk. Paul's kind of standing there thinking, he's like, kid, that's not your best work. You could do better.
How would you describe it? Because hulked out is definitely, I think that's an adequate description. Because she pulled an armored car door off with her bare hands.
Yeah,
That's some Hulk shit right there.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I don't know. I didn't have no zig, no pop, no.
All right, come back to me when you have a better term for it.
You're the talker. I apparently blow things up.
If you want something to have pop, maybe Explosion Guy is something good for that. All right, you come up with some ideas. We can maybe trademark it.
While this is going on, Paradox kind of crawls away from Scotty over to her burger and picks it up and looks for any clear of debris part of the burger, and there's nothing, and so she just starts to pout.
Courtney just kind of watches this, and she's like... Body disappears. She suddenly appears, system comes back up.
Just a burger, kid. We can get you a new one.
She gives Paul a dirty look. She's like, but I wanted this one.
Ring's gonna look over towards while she's while the whole pouting thing's going on. She's like, by the way, there's stickers up in my desk up in my room, and it's just like almost a second thought, like doesn't even give it a second thought, just like she knows that's what she wants, and she's like, it's up there for you, like it's something she does all the time. And she looks at Paul and she's like, didn't Amethyst say when she did an initial scan there was no damage on her whatsoever, not even a broken bone?
Scotty nods like, yeah, that's
so.
That's definitely what she said.
That sounds accurate.
Like, pretty much she had never been hurt before until that point.
Yet we've been working together for several months by that point. The fact that no history on any of us medically. Are y'all not piecing this together? She doesn't look like a thing happened to her, guys.
Like, at first I chalked the medical history thing up to just the Bureau wiping all medical records and all that. As far as her never having been hurt before, I don't know her past life. Maybe she was sheltered. I don't know, alright?
I'm gonna have, what would it be? Tell you what, I need each one of you guys just roll a flat d20 for me.
Right.
I've got a tasteful 4.
11.
Got that lucky number 13, baby.
I'm pretty sure we're going by like golf rules here.
You don't. You're good. Next.
Well, I got a 10.
You did. Paul, as you guys are talking about this and kind of remembering what Amethyst was saying, that she didn't look like she had any wounds other than the ones she got from this incident. And as you're thinking about it, you're like, hot damn, because her arms from where the rippers came out, they were pretty messed up. I mean, you remember Amethyst saying it looks like she overtaxed them.
So arms a little bit mangled.
The Wolvers. Yeah. So I mean, her arms were messed up, and I mean, she got shot. And as you're thinking about it, you remember seeing bone sticking out of her ankle inside that vehicle.
Huh. Paul's kind of standing there. He's like, "Let me see your ankles."
Scotty just gives him a look. Like now's not the time to reveal your fetishes to us, all right?
Green just kind of side-eyes Scotty at that point. She's like, she should have broken bones. She was fucked up.
Yeah, she gets what I'm getting at. I don't like feet. It's weird.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
ankles. Or anything in that area.
Sure, yeah, okay. Says the guy unprompted asked for ankle shots, alright?
Paradox looks up from her burger and kind of gives Paul a weird look. And she's like, "What are you? Are you from the 17th century? What the fuck?"
She's gonna look over at Paradox. Ring's gonna look over at Paradox. She's like, "Paradox, you were messed up. You were messed up bad when we got you back here after that whole thing."
Paradox kind of sighs and sets down the burger gently and kind of flips over to sit down on the ground. And she's wearing boots, so she takes off the boots and she kind of shows them her ankles and like, I don't see anything wrong.
That's the point.
Dude, all I remember is being in the car with you when it flipped over. That's it. I don't remember anything past that. So I'm guessing I was fucked up in some way because I passed out. But
so when she lifts up like the pant leg and whatnot, shows you her ankle. Her ankle looks, for not to sound fetishy here, but it looks perfect. I mean, no blemishes, nothing. Perfect.
Fine ankles you got there.
Ring looks over.
It's like, are you sure you don't have a thing?
He does not say that out loud. Come on.
It sounded like you were saying it in character.
But Paul kind of points. Look, not a fucking scratch on him.
What if, guys? What if the Scotty lookalike was actually a clone?
No, I'm stopping you right there, because
it makes.
Because listen, first of all, they didn't even get my ink right, so definitely couldn't have been. Second of all, with her, he kind of points to Paradox. If it was like, went to a real good hospital, the stuff that corpos go to, they can patch people up without leaving any scars. Okay.
Nobody even knows where the body went. Everybody was accounted for, though, Scotty.
Yeah. So you saying someone just came in here, snatched her up, patched her up, and then just let her back out?
Nobody saw anything. And how would you explain that she suddenly just appears in our base and nobody saw her come in when the Doc and Sawyer are here pretty much the entire damn time?
Look, okay, I listen. Whatever happened probably has to do with the secret door over there. Okay, she probably, if I'm a betting man,
grenade again.
Okay, first
put it away.
Permission slip. Okay, you haven't filled one out yet.
Put it away.
I'm no fun.
At right at that point, you guys hear this clicking sound, kind of up in the ceiling. You hear this click, 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 and then you hear this and you see the air start to visibly clear.
Looks like Sawyer did the job. You
Paul
said-
takes a nice deep breath of kind of fresh air.
Ring's gonna
Better
kind of
go
look
zone.
at the three of them, and then she's gonna turn and walk back in where Sawyer was. She's like, Sawyer, why were you wanting to know where Paradox was?
The rest of you were here. And the little
Okay,
light,
but she,
little lights on. I mean,
that light's been on though the entire.
well, yeah, but I know she was here. I knew she was. Look, if you're into the whole paranormal thing, I get it. Okay, I understand, but fucking ghosts don't hit that hard. Got it? That's just how this is the whole thing. They just don't
Did you
hit that
see-
hard. I've been
Okay,
hit by
so
ghosts before. That not that hard though.
Did you see where she came from?
Well, yeah, she was. Man, her
I think
smoke
Sawyer
was
just hit
horrible.
himself falling down the stairs while he was drunk.
I don't do that. Anyway, so I was walking out I heard. Oh, that's right. I heard a door. And I went
Where?
out. Well, I think it was a door. I heard some sound like psh, kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's a door, right? It kind of sounds like a door.
Yeah.
Sounds like the elevator doors.
Anyway, yeah. Okay.
So I walk out the door and I turn the corner and bam, right in the kisser. I mean, I get it. Yeah. Anyway, so
She was also butt ass naked, just so you know.
I wasn't gonna mention that, but yeah. I seen more than I needed to see. Well, actually, maybe I didn't need to see. It's all right, probably, I don't know, 8.5. Maybe.
Rick's just gonna ball up her fist and try to sucker punch him square in the face for that comment.
Paradox calls from the other room. 8.5? What?
At least
Well,
it's
come on, nobody's
8.7.
perfect.
Come on.
Are you gonna try and hit him?
Yup.
8.5 is a solid number. Come on.
All right,
She is actually going to legitimately try to hit Sawyer for that comment.
go ahead.
Sawyer's always getting beat
That's
up.
a
He's
good
getting
rating,
shot,
though.
blown up, punched in the face. Twice
Right.
now.
What do I need to roll for that one?
Just melee combat's fine.
I sort of feel bad for the guy.
Hand-to-hand martial arts, whatever you want to use. Well, melee weapon, that'll work fine. Okay, so he's not really expecting you to hit him. I mean, so you hit him. What do you pop him in the jaw? What do you pop him in the shoulder?
She just
What do you
sucker punches him straight in the jaw, and she's like, "Don't ever let me hear
Oh
you say
man!
that word again."
What the hell's wrong with you people?
You're
I was
talking
giving-
about
I-
my.
I gave her a compliment. Compliment. Don't you
That's
understand
my
compliment?
What part of that's my sister? Don't you get?
I would like that to go on the record as well. It's not me this time.
Shut the fuck
Okay.
up, asshole.
Okay, a bullet is a
Look,
lot worse
I
than
got-
a punch.
You asked me, okay? You asked me, and
I
I
didn't ask
gave
you to-
you an answer, and apparently you didn't like the answer. Is that the deal? You didn't like the answer that I gave you? Well, if you don't like the answer, then don't ask the question. All right?
Okay, I asked if you saw her. I didn't ask you to describe her.
Well, you asked me if I saw her, so I'm telling you what I saw. I mean, I could go into more detail if you really want.
Only if you want me to punch you in the jaw again. And this time I'll make sure your lights go out.
Quit while you're ahead, Sawyer. Or conscious. Quit while you're conscious.
There's only
With
one
that-
problem. There's only one problem with that. All right, all of you people are fucking nuts. You go ahead. You knock me out, and then you get all this stuff working. Matter of fact, you know what? I'll just leave right now. You can just do all this yourself. Goodbye. Yeah, he goes like he's gonna get up.
Just just kind
Alright.
of looks like over his shoulder. We need a new tech guy, folks.
So what do you mean? Okay, Sawyer, just hold on, because right now there's still 2 of us here who haven't threatened to hurt you or have actively hurt you. I think that's good, right? Yeah. Besides, who are you gonna bum beer off of? If it's not him, he kind of points to Paul.
Well, maybe
Kid's
if
got
I
a point.
maybe if I wasn't, like a captive, I would have beer. I wouldn't have to bum beer off you. Listen. All right, you asked me a question. I answer your question. I can't help it. Okay, she's your sister, really? Okay, whatever. Stranger things, but she's a beautiful woman. All right, that's the truth.
Sorry, you might want
You
to stop.
can't
stop right
get mad
there.
at me for telling you the truth. Okay.
I'm gonna walk away now because you start going into description of what you really think of her. We're gonna go round and round, and it ain't gonna be good for you.
Anyway, that
I'm gonna
See,
walk
I know
back.
how. You see there, kid. I know how to handle the situation. She's going on her business now.
yeah, after I already punched you once.
You think that's the
Ring's just
first?
gonna-
Can't imagine why I don't see a ring on that finger.
Wow. No, there are many reasons why you don't see a ring on that finger. Anyway, I got work to do. So if we're done here, are we done here? I got things I gotta do.
Yeah, bye.
All right.
Ring's gonna go walk back over towards the others, like, okay.
I mean, at least he didn't give her like a 4 or nothing.
And with that, Paradox kind of leans against the doorway after finally getting over the loss of her burger, and says, "Still, he gave me an 8.5. What the fuck?"
That's good.
Paradox kind of just raises her eyebrow at him, and then just points to her body, like, "Really? 8.5?
Okay, what do you rate yourself then?
A 10."
Okay, now hold on. That's a bit of an ego right there.
Ring kind of looks over at Scotty's like, did you really expect less from her?
You know what? Actually, you make a good point there. But still, 8.5, that's good. That's good, okay?
Maybe for you.
Okay, moving on from this conversation. Before I have to punch somebody else. Seriously, Scotty.
What does the
I'm
audience? What does the audience think? If you guys were to rate her on a scale of 1 to 10, let's see what your thoughts are. Okay, sorry about that. Go ahead.
I am kind of curious what the audience thinks on that. Anyway, so Ring will look at Scotty again, and she's just like, "I seriously, what if?" So here's the thing: none of us have ever seen copies of ourselves. You have. It's clear that Paradox. Still not quite sure that that's Paradox, but it's beside the point. Is almost a perfect copy. What if maybe there was a mess up with yours?
Listen, I don't like thinking about it, alright? But, thing is, I couldn't even get a good look at the face, because, someone, he kind of, like, looks over at Paul, it's like, blew the guy's head right off with the shotgun.
Wait, you brought back the DNA from him, though, right?
Some dried blood on a tissue, but,
Did
yeah.
we ever get did the doc ever get the results back from that? Does anybody know?
Dropped it off a while ago. I think with recent events, probably haven't had enough time to get conclusive results yet.
Fair.
I mean, you could always check the med bay for documents.
Yeah, Doc's pretty. To be fair, I've been kind of avoiding that fucking place when she's trying to put me with fucking needles.
It
Paradox
is.
kind of just shrugs.
Do you know if Amethyst is even like here right now?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she would come out and see the commotion.
True, or she's just unconscious.
She
It's
tends
like-
to stay pretty hidden in her med bay.
She's
mean, we
not. She's
can
not in.
always
She's not in the
look.
bunker.
It's like, all right, let's just. I don't know if the results are there and Doc's just somewhere else, but let's. Fine, if you want to know that badly, let's go to the med bay and see if she left the document lying around anywhere.
Yeah, we need to be careful with this because something that has been eating at me that I mentioned when a lot of this shit was going down was what if Sebastian wasn't really gone? And given the fact of what Sawyer said, guys, we need to watch what we say. We need to be very careful what we say.
So just then, the buzzing, the stops.
Almost too coincidental. I mean, don't y'all find it kind of odd that it was right when Raiden said, shut the system down, that everything went to hell?
Well, I mean, everything went to hell because he decided to set off an explosive down here. Look, we.
According to
There's
Sawyer,
that. There's
According
that,
to-
yeah.
according to Sawyer, though, the turret came down right after Raiden told him to shut the system down.
Yeah.
Kind of seems a little bit, self-preservation, don't you think?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the
This
fact
is
that the
bitch.
system just suddenly started coming back up on its own, like something else completely took over and was never fully gone. The fact that everything was cleaned up a little too neatly at our save point that we were supposed to get the fuck out of once we had the new system. Almost as though somebody knew we were there and had been listening in.
We did see before that there was some data stream going out while the system was down.
Mm-hmm.
I think that probably had a lot to do with the random people that came and tried to kill us.
Who had very similar armor to us.
Yeah. Still trying to wrap my head around that one.
Not to
maybe
mention
we're
the-
up for reassignment.
Not to mention the fact that all the little dots that represent us and hers was still going the entire damn time. Most cyberware I know, you shut down and die, it shuts down. It doesn't keep active.
Look, you trying to say something weird is going on? We've all known that from the very get-go. We know there's something fucked up going on with the Bureau. There's no doubt about that. And whatever it is, we'll probably find out a lot behind that door. Unfortunately, if we try to even touch it, we're probably gonna get more of those guns coming down on us.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Scotty, is we've already got suspicion she's a clone. We've already seen a near representation of you. Who's to say we're who we
Don't
think
say
we
it.
are?
Don't say it. Listen,
Huh.
Who's to say we're not?
You know, I never even thought about that one.
look, let's just.
There's
I-
only
I'm
one of
gonna-
us.
I'm gonna go over to the med bay and I'm gonna see those, see if I can find those test results, and you know what? It'll probably just say negative match. Okay? Is he kind
Go
of,
ahead, but I honestly suspect I know what it's gonna say.
Scotty's already going over to the med bay.
Paradox kind of moves out of his way so he can get through the door. And she just kind of looks between Paul and Ring, and she's just like, so, what do we do now?
No idea, kid.
Ring's gonna kind of look at Paul at that point. Am I wrong in my thinking?
I mean, look, wouldn't be surprised. A corporation like the Bureau, if it is even a corporation, could be a bunch of corporations working together to, I don't know, do whatever corporations do. Plausible deniability for one. And as he's talking, he kind of looks down at the burger and he's like, you know, finish that?
At that moment, the red lights, the security lights turn off, and the main lights pop back on. Halogens.
Something tells me our resident AI is back.
Maybe. Sorry, are that you? You get these back up and running?
Yeah. Sorta.
What do you mean,
Sounds
sorta?
for sure.
Well, it's I got it. I got it.
Uh-huh.
You got air, you got lights, the noise is gone. I mean, what are you complaining about?
An AI?
Huh? Yeah?
Well, I told you the AI's there.
What's it doing, or can you even tell? She's gonna kind of move back towards where he's at to kind of watch.
Okay. So you head into the command center, and looking over his shoulder to see.
Not quite looking over his shoulder. She's kind of staying back more towards the door, kind of giving him a little space.
Okay, you can see that he's. I mean, his attention's not necessarily on answering your questions. He seems to be typing. You would say as fast as he can. You see code on the screen, just kind of obviously faster than he's typing.
Can you tell what the AI is doing right now?
Can I? Not any more than I can tell what you're doing right now.
Crap. Poor Sawyer.
He just kind of stops. He's like, all right, look, I can't stay ahead of this. I don't know what the fuck this thing's doing. Okay, the system's back up, and it's going through these subroutines and redundancies. I didn't even know this shit was there.
He's taken back up.
It looks like it's trying to do some sort of system reset. Hey, that outside link's gone.
Wait,
You
which
wanted
one?
that, right? It's gone.
Ring's gonna kind of pause and you're like, hold on, system reset?
That's what it kind of looks that way. See the red box? I mean, you kind of look past him on the screen, and there's a red box there that says system reset, and it's got a little countdown timer on it. Looks like you have about 3 minutes.
Would she by chance recognize this from when Paradox reset the system? Maybe similar to.
This is something different.
Okay.
Paul kind of looks over and sees the 3-minute timer. And
I've been trying to shut that off for the last however long you've been out there bullshitting.
So you can't. Wait a minute. So this has been going on, the last 20 or so minutes, and
in between turning the air back on and the lights and the this and the that, this came up, and I've been trying to turn this off, and it ain't going anywhere.
Ring's gonna look at Paul
Every time I try to bypass this thing, it's like 10 steps, fucking 100 steps ahead of me.
Huh.
As much as I hate to say it, maybe we should let it do what it needs to.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but then you decided to blow it up.
I didn't have all the information. Thank you very much.
And you
Paradox
decided to
kind
blow
of-
it up before you got the information.
It seemed like a good idea at the time. He pops a squat and he actually picks up the burger that she was eating, kind of dusts it off, and just starts to eat it.
Man, you guys have never heard of the 5-second rule, huh?
Nope.
I think that was a lot longer than 5 seconds, but okay.
Paradox wrinkles her nose and she's like, ew. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
I'm
Hungry.
gonna kind of look and just be like, "You're." Oh God, what did I get myself into?
Oh, it's a perfectly good burger. You just get a little dust on it. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Ring. We'll move over to Paradox and go. By the way, our last mission, I may have kind of gone back for a little visit.
Oh, did you finally get him?
Not quite. He's still
didn't-
alive.
You didn't kill him?
No,
Why?
but I don't think he's gonna be going back to what he was doing before because I made sure that he knew somebody's watching him. So
She kind of just looks dumbfounded and she's like, you never leave them alive, though.
yeah, well, given what had happened to you, you may not believe it, Paradox, but I watched you die right in front of me. Whether you remember it or not. I watched the monitor flatline.
She kind of looks thoughtful for a minute. And then she says, all the reason to kill him then.
Paul's kind of just sitting there eating the burger and watching him talk. Well, like the look on his face says this is like a really good like soap opera show.
I kind of was feeling like, you know, we were observing conversations in the lunchroom of some state insane asylum somewhere.
I mean, that's literally what Paul looks like. It looks like he's just sitting there watching the show. Just,
His teeth are like gritting because of all the dust and rubble on that fucking burger.
So as you guys are talking, Sawyer starts to hum a little bit.
Ring kind of quick.
Fuck.
What?
Okay, so you just want to let this run its course, and that's what you want to do?
I mean, you've tried to stop it. I'm no whiz at any of this mess.
Paul tried to blow it up, didn't stop it.
At this point,
try again.
I think we need to let it run its course, see what it's gonna do.
Well, okay.
Out with it, Sawyer.
Well, this isn't. I thought it was a system reset, and it kind of is a system reset. It's yours. Like
Wait,
you.
what?
Well, it's going to reset you. You four.
What?
Are you deaf or something? I just told you.
Guys, basically the system's fixing to fucking kill us.
Well, I don't know if it's going to kill you, but...
It might as well.
So we're probably going to go all... I mean, what was it used, kid? Psycho
Zombie Hulk.
Psycho something?
Zombie
Here
Hulk.
we go. Zombie Hulk. So now can I blow the thing up?
What? Whoa. What is it with you and blowing things up? So we gotta shut that timer off. That's what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Can you do it, Sawyer?
Well, maybe.
Can you? Okay, if I help you, can you guide me through what to do?
So you got about 2 minutes left. It's like, well, yeah, here. You come here.
Okay, and Ring will go over, and it's like almost night and day difference compared to the way she was with them earlier. Like she's all attention, listening.
So sit down here. All right, now I'm gonna be working here, And I need you to type in exactly what I tell you to type in when I tell you to type it in. Okay?
Got it.
Okay. So, just focus. All right?
She'll kind of point at Paradox. Keep him out of the bombs. Whatever you do, keep him out of the damn C4, dynamite, whatever the fuck we got, keep it away from him. Scotty,
Paradox.
get the man some beer, please.
Sky's in the med bay.
Oh, that's right.
Paradox like nods and takes it as a real order, and then just goes and stands in front of the door with her arms spread out.
All right, so
He's not even here to hear it.
yeah, his connection keeps dropping. That's okay. I got him. As soon as I can grab him, I'll pull him back in. So let's move over to you for a moment, Scotty, in the med bay. So as you went into the med bay, all these things were happening. The sirens went, or the alarms went off. The lights are back on. You notice everything in the med bay is powering up. Wasn't running before. Essentially, it was on. You're guessing the base was on some sort of like security mode, minimal use mode, and it's powering everything up now. Some of the equipment in here you can tell is it's got a pretty heavy draw to it, but it's all powering up.
Yep, and I guess Sky's just gonna be looking around. He doesn't know if Amethyst had like printed off any results anywhere, and so there's some papers, or if there's like a nearby data terminal that would have the results of tests like that. Because she's taken Amethyst had taken his blood before for analyzation. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he'd probably know the machine that is used to do that at this point.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely know what machine she used to analyze your blood. I mean, it's got a lift tray on the top, little seats for the vials in there. Spins around really fast.
A centrifuge.
You have no idea how to operate it, but you know which one it is. You've seen it run.
Is there like a data terminal on it?
On the machine, there is, but it's not necessarily one that you're gonna pull up information on. You'd probably have to pull that information up in the system. Unless you want to try, you're more than welcome to try. I mean,
Sky with tech? No, that's not gonna happen. So I guess Sky's then gonna. I assume that Amethyst has like a desk where she has a lot of things kind of gathered. And
yeah, she does. It's not like a traditional style desk. It's kind of a standing platform where her main terminal is at. It's just a small terminal, mainly touchscreen stuff. She's got some notes written down there.
Alright, so Sky's gonna go over to the desk and first he's gonna check out the notes, see if any of them are pertaining to the blood test.
Odd or even?
Even, Steven.
I'm gonna say these notes are written in. I mean, they're English more or less, but there's a lot of jargon in there. It's talking about hemoglobin and big words for things. You want to try your basic education?
Basic education. Let me see. Where is that in the?
You remember those skills that you hardly ever use?
Yeah. Oh, education over here.
Here's the opportunity.
Look, we never use hardly anything in this category. Yes, let me use my cryptography skill for this. How about my composition skill? This will come handy in my day-to-day life. All right. Education, that's 10.
10. Okay, yeah, you're not able to follow this stuff. You know what some of these, you think you know what some of these words mean, but yeah, you're not getting anything from her notes.
Okay.
You recognize the word clone. You see that in there a couple times. Abnormality. Just some more common words that as you're looking through it, you're like, oh, okay.
Well, he's seeing that word, clone. And
Oddly enough, she uses a lot of numerical references. Like writing down, 107-C 34 1298 A. It's like there's some sort of, it's like there should be an explanation there, but all there is this little grouping of numbers and letters.
Alright, he's, from the words that he's able to understand of those notes, he's already not liking what he's seeing. But, after kind of gleaning what he can, he's going to, next kind of investigate the terminal.
Okay.
Now he's go back. Alright, let's just hope this thing's not password locked. As he kind of taps on the touch screen.
Comes up and asks you for a password.
God damn it.
There's a bio link there. Looks like it requires a print, like a fingerprint.
It's like, well, this is hooked up to the bureau system. Maybe it'll take me? He just tries with one of his fingers.
Map. Nope.
Great. No way into this thing. Okay, and I guess he's kind of looking around for anything else that looks like it could give him any information.
Hold on a second here. There's all kinds of machines. There's drawers. She left one of her overcoats hanging on a peg on the wall. Give me a... Hold on a second here. Why don't you give me a conceal reveal object roll?
Okay. And that is a 16.
Okay. You do find what looks like some scans. You're guessing they're probably scans that she took initially when you brought Paradox in.
Alright, is there any information you can glean from these scans?
There's trauma to her arms, her midsection, massive trauma to her right leg at the ankle. Literally looks like all the leg bone itself was completely snapped, like 3 inches above the ankle, and the ankle itself was completely messed up. And the scans themselves reveal large clumps that you would assume are some sort of cyberware technology that's inside of her. And oddly enough, she has a note on there, and she has a section circled that looks like a very small energy reading, almost like a little wire, and several of them that run between a unit in Paradox's chest and her brain.
Scotty's kind of looking at that and it's like, well, guess that explains some of the weird heartbeats she was having before. Probably trying to force the body to stay alive. And I think he can probably tell, like, yeah, this is definitely the scan from when when Paradox was, all fucked up.
Yeah, unless you got a little shorter and a little bit misproportioned for a while.
Just a little.
I mean, you did say that you were laying on the table rear up, so I mean this is like a frontal view thing.
I mean, he was like, what was it? He shot in the back at that point, right? So, yeah, I don't want to lay on the back. So he's got. I guess he's gonna look over his own scan, see if there's anything insightful of that.
Okay, so you look over the scans that she took from you, which were literally maybe just a week or two ago. Actually, right. Is that right before? Yeah, right before. So it would have been at the point where the people followed you back to base, where the drone attacked you guys on the roof. So that would have been the day that she took these scans.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, the internal components that you can see, and it's not like you can see anything clearly, it's just different shades. They look very, very similar to Paradox's scans. Obviously, the outer shape is very different. Internally, you look very similar on these scans. And again, your scan has the same area circled with what looks like 3 wires running between this unit and the base of your brain. And you find a couple of notes on the back of it where it looks like she was just kind of checking some things off. Notes like hemoglobin normal, heart rate normal.
Okay. He's pretty much everything he's found. He's gonna put back where he initially found them, but he's going to take pictures of them with his Nokia agent.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't think the pictures are gonna come out well of those, buddy.
I mean, either take pictures or if
He's
it's
trying.
on a data pad. Look, just a way to get the information from what he has on his Nokia.
Okay.
Whether that's just forwarding the information to his number or whatever.
Well, the stuff that you found is like physical copy.
Yeah, you can take a picture that easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's taking a picture of that stuff.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to flip back. Oh, actually, I'm going to flip to you, Raiden, since you've been experiencing some difficulty here.
Okay.
Really quickly, so Scotty is in the med bay checking out things like he said he was going to. Sawyer asked for Ring's help in the command center, and surprisingly, Ring is really being helpful. And she's over there trying to help Sawyer with something.
She got told she was
All
getting
right.
reset.
And Paradox is guarding the door from you so you don't go for the explosives.
Ah, man, I don't know fun.
Yeah, you did hear something about the system is, this reset that he was talking about. You did hear Sawyer say that it's not resetting the system, it's resetting your system. Like the 4 of you.
Okay. Paul kind of digests all the information and kind of... It's like, well, I guess my last meal is going to be a burger.
A floor burger.
It's better than no burger. He pulls out that grenade again. He kind of looks at it.
You just see Paradox kind of shift and no, don't do that. No.
If I'm gonna be reset,
No.
kind of puts it back, and he's like, "All right, so what the fuck do we do?"
I don't know. I was just told not to let you go for the explosives.
He kind of just sits there, and he's like, "You know what? Hey, Sebastian, you listening?
Nothing.
Nothing." Kind of wanders into the med bay. Kind of spots Scott. He's like, "So, what'd you find?" Can't hear you, Matt.
Sorry about that. It's like, found scans of me and Paradox before all this shit happened.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like something hooked up to our hearts.
Your heart?
Yeah, I'd probably bet that you and Ring have it too, but I remember Paradox was all fucked up. There was something keeping our heart beating. It was weirdly regular heart rhythm. Probably whatever this is, trying to force her to stay alive, which, yeah, didn't work in the end. Besides that, I found some of the doc's notes.
Okay.
I'm not great at medical jargon, but I see the word clone, and, yeah, I don't... I don't suppose you know stuff about medical jargon, because I can't tell if this is talking about me and the blood test or something else entirely.
It's like, oh, I mean, I can take a look. Let's see what we got here. So he kind of walks over and picks up the charts and starts kind of reading through them. What would you like me to roll?
By the way, Paradox is following you rather closely. She's doing her job.
Following rather closely. I love it.
I mean, he's got a grenade. You might not want to be too close.
Okay, give me just 1 second here. So I am going to have, because you don't really have medical skills, so...
I mean, I got first aid and some paramedic skills.
Okay, I actually, you know what, we'll use that. We'll use the paramedic skill.
Alright, let's go there. Let's see what we got here. It's a whole ass 8.
Yeah.
Paradox has a level 2 in education, by the way.
That looks like a whole lot of really big words. And there's some small words mixed in there too that don't seem to make any sense.
Okay.
What we're saying is he doesn't even recognize plain English.
Paul's more of a hands-on kind of guy.
Some of these words have like 25 letters in them. You're looking at them like, it's yeah, never mind.
And Paul kind of hands it back to him. He's like, you know what? The grenade still kind of scrambled my brain. I'll look at that later.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm sure that's it.
Paradox kind of leans out from behind Raiden and says, I can take a look at him.
Oh, be my guest. Kind of hands it over to Paradox.
See, now my question is, can I use first aid, or do you want us to use like an education?
I would prefer you use an education skill. I just had him use that because, yeah.
What
That's about all you got.
the hell? Anyway, it's a 10, so it's not great.
She's marginally smarter than the rest of us.
Like, Robot just doesn't want us figuring out what's even on this thing.
Followed by 17.
If Ring wasn't helping, I'd come help because Ring's got level 4 in education. But brain's
Okay.
kind of busy.
As you're looking at that thing, Paradox, at first it looks like a whole bunch of jargon, and you kind of start to put some things together, like, oh, and you guys hear Sawyer. Oh, fuck! 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 Pull that! Pull that! And he points to this panel. It looks like it has a little handle on it. Pull it now!
Okay. Ring will reach over and pull whatever he's barking at her to do.
Okay. Ring reaches over and pulls the panel. We're going to hold off right there and take a short break so everybody can get up, stretch their legs, use the bathroom, grab some popcorn, which is a fantastic idea, Insomnia. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes. When we get back, we'll see what happens. So, stretch your legs, guys, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Good morning, night city, a day in the life. I was on my own, catching a ride with the lady. Her hair hangs down past her thighs, blue and pistol. She satisfies, leather jacket, zipped up tight. Big ones coming, look for lost and found. Iron gleams, bright and night city, where your appetite waits you out your sunrise. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in night city. Here in night city, got me up alright. Here in night city. The way you chase and tease me, get me up so high. We're on the rooftop and you don't compromise. Too many hollow, empty bodies lying around my street. Don't testify. You got to whisper now on your own, and so we keep on moving. Gotta take it slow. No, she pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. Here in our city, got me up alright. Here in our city. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. nice city, a day in the life. I was on my own, catching a ride with the lady. Her hair hangs down past her thighs, blue and pistol she satisfies. Leather jacket, zipped up tight, and big ones coming, look for lost and found. Iron gleams, bright and night city, where your appetite waits you out your sunrise. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in night city. Here in night city, got me up alright. Here in night city. The way you chase and tease me, get me up so high. We're on the rooftop and you don't compromise. Too many hollow, empty bodies lying around my street, don't testify. You got to whisper now on your own, and so we keep on moving. Gotta take it slow, no. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. Here in our city, got me up alright. Here in our city. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city. Good morning, night city, a day in the life. I was on my own, catching a ride with the lady. Her hair hangs down past her thighs, blue and pistol she satisfies. Leather jacket, zipped up tight, and big ones coming, look for lost and found. Iron gleams, bright and night city, where your appetite waits you out your sunrise. She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in night city. Here in night city, got me up alright. Here in night city. The way you chase and tease me, get me up so high. We're on the rooftop and you don't compromise. Too many hollow, empty bodies lying around my street, don't testify. You got to She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in Night City. Here in Night City, got me up alright. Here in Night City, she pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in Night City.
All right, we are back. And I see Paul must have stepped away for just a moment. You still there, Paul? There you are.
Yep.
All right. So, Ring, you react quickly. You grab the handle that Sawyer was pointing out, and you pull it, and it pulls right out. It's like it's almost looks like a motherboard that's plugged into this thing. You pull that thing all the way out, and the timer pops off the screen. You see the screen in front of Sawyer kind of changes a little bit, and then flashes for a couple of seconds, and then it goes back to the schematic that was on there before, with a little loading screen down at the bottom. Like the system it's doing, it looks like it's still rebooting, but it looks like it's doing something entirely different now. And Sawyer just kind of lets out
Okay. That just reaffirms what I said earlier, that fucking thing is watching and listening to us, and we need to be careful what we say. Please tell me that completely stopped whatever the fuck was fixing to reset us?
Well, I believe the words that you're looking for, actually just one word. I think the word that you're looking for is, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, I owe you beer.
You're welcome.
Sorry about the punch to the face.
Apparently Sarah can't count.
So,
I'm guessing that stopped whatever was fixing to reset our asses.
oh yeah, that's done. No reset of your ass. Which I don't think your ass needs to be reset anyway. Just so you know.
We're just gonna stop you right there. I apologize for the punch.
I don't think it's better.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on the others before I get here.
All right. You actually, why don't I go with you?
Okay.
All right.
She'll get up and towards the med bay.
And he follows you out. Nothing seems to have changed for the rest of you. I mean, you heard Sawyer yelling at Ring, pull it. And now they're walking out of the command center.
Old man Gary says the music apparently is louder than our voices. Audio issues. Technical issues abound today, boy.
Hold on a second.
What?
There we go. There's no music right this moment, so hopefully that's better. Okay.
So Ring will head towards the med bay where she knew Scotty was, and I guess assumed the others went.
Yep, and as Paul kind of hears Sawyer calling out to Ring to pull it and all that, and the urgency in his voice, he's like, he kind of gets up and he walks to the entrance to the med bay and kind of peeks his head out. It's like, y'all need a hand or something, or are we still
good.
all about to be reset?
We good.
Wait, what's this about resetting?
Don't worry about it, kid. Just keep trying to figure out whatever the fuck you're trying to figure out. We're good. Everything's fine.
I'll ask about that later.
So yeah. Hey, kid, the word you're looking for is thank you.
That's 2 words, stupid.
So is that a thank you that I hear?
Wait, you talking to me?
I'll get-
I didn't even know
I'll
what
get
was going on.
I'll get you
Freaking
some beer
tell him
later.
Thank you.
Look, I can go plug it back in if you like.
No.
I think there was like 3
Beer later,
seconds
sir.
left.
How about that? Is that enough of a thank you?
You're welcome.
All right.
So anyway, I don't know. It's baffling, but whatever that thing was that we're connected to, or whoever was connected to the system, well, they uploaded a Trojan horse. Okay, so essentially, what was happening was the system is, as soon as I initiated a reboot of the system, this program kicked in. And it overwrote the reboot of the system to reboot you instead. And I'm guessing if they can't take over the system here, then the plan was to
Kill all of us.
I think you called it reassignment.
Something like that. I've had to do a couple of those over the years.
Yeah, I wonder how many of them actually stayed dead.
I'm starting to wonder. Next question is, how the fuck did they get that virus on our system?
Well, if what I am suspecting is right, yeah, it wouldn't have been too hard because they would have known where we were going.
You had that
Maybe.
whole data stream going out as long as the system was down. Probably when they uploaded it. Also,
Probably.
just so I can get some context, did we just almost die?
Pretty much.
Probably.
Maybe.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Or would have had our heads scrambled to the point that we didn't remember any of this going on.
You're
and would have been back
welcome.
to like day one.
I don't know.
Cool.
I think you're all
Blissful
missing the gravity of the
ignorance.
situation here, because I just collectively saved your asses. So no more shooting and punching Sawyer. That's what I hear out of this.
Yeah. Speaking of,
I
kids, you
could
find
have
anything?
just let you die. I mean, probably would have saved some skin off of me.
They need to be locked down here.
No, I can let myself out. I think.
Yeah, probably would have had scows coming after your house, but that's beside the point.
So anyway, I don't know if we're out of the woods yet, though, because and he kind of looks up, and you hear this crackling sound, like the system in here, the holographic system.
Hmm.
Sebastian?
Yeah, I think you're that panel that you pulled out. The AI now is in control of the system.
Joyful.
Sorry,
you find-
him.
Yeah, kid, did you find anything on the blood work?
Well, found some notes the doc left. Don't know if it's my blood work. Had a bunch of medical jargon and, fucking mosquito. Sorry. Just had to get a mosquito that was flying in front of my face.
At least it didn't go in the eyeball again.
That's what Scotty's eye dart gun is like Bing's rifle. Jams half the time we try to shoot it. But
It's
anyway.
inconsistent thing ever.
But anyway, It's like, yeah, some notes the doc left. Got a bunch of medical jargon. Don't know if it's talking about me, but I did see a concerning repetition of the word clone. And now, Paradox is looking over it.
She'll kind of move over to Paradox and kind of look over her shoulder. What'd you find out? Or can you even make it out?
So, Paradox, from what you're seeing in these documents that the Amethyst has written down, it looks like the blood that Scotty brought back, is a pretty close match to his own.
She kind of.
It's not completely exact, but Amethyst makes a note in there basically talking about the molecular level, and the DNA is the same. So the genetic material's the same.
She says, well, it pretty much says that the genetic material is almost exactly the same. It says here that it's like a 99.5% chance that it's a match. So I'd say it's pretty damn close to a match. And unless you got a twin, she looks over at Scotty, and unless you got a twin, then
We're gonna look at Scotty.
It's pretty close to your own blood.
I would say, fucked up clone. I hate to say it, but she's right, unless you got a twin, dude.
No.
I don't see any other answer.
No, I don't. We've been over this before. I don't got any siblings. And like, you can tell that he's going a bit pale right now.
But it does make me question. If they've done that to you, they've done that to Paradox. Kind of leads to question, guys.
I mean,
I don't know.
chances are there's clones of us running around everywhere.
I think it kind of inadvertently explains why you're so fucked up. Maybe.
Scotty
Sawyer's probably not done.
Scotty completely ignores the Sawyer's comment. He looks at Paul and's like, Paul, I'm gonna
Yeah?
waive that permission slip thing. We're getting through that door.
Way ahead of you, kid.
Yeah,
He walks out of the bed bay whistling.
Ring's gonna look at Paradox and it's like, ready to go old school? Remember when I used the cigarette to light the dynamite?
Hell yeah.
Time to have some fun.
Can we?
I'm coming with!
Can we make sure that we're upstairs though when this happens? I don't want to be down here again when an explosion happens. It's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, as much as weird as it is to have you back after, watching you die, it is good to have you back. By the way, check out the rifle. My sniper rifle in the armory. You might like it. I made a few modifications while you were gone.
Sweet.
Meaning it's covered in stickers.
That's the
So,
only way to go. That's the true upgrade.
Paul gathered up the one of the crates of C4, and then he's in the process of making kind of a daisy chain. Of explosive, and then he after he's done, you need me to roll anything there, or no?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So after he's done, he kind of grabs his contraption. He walks over to the special door, and he basically lines the entire edge of it.
Okay. As you walk up to the door, so before you get the opportunity to line anything, as you walk up to the door, you see a thin line of light appear in front of you.
Okay.
That separates out and becomes the form of Sebastian.
Ring's following behind him at this point.
Looks a bit different than what you expect. No longer the Planner's peanut guy.
That's right.
This
Is he now more of a Colonel Sanders?
no. This guy looks, he has a suit on, but he looks a bit different than what you had seen. Maybe a little plainer version of Sebastian.
Okay. Not as grandiose.
Yeah. And
It was at this moment that he knew.
the
He
holo-
fucked up.
the hologram looks at you, Paul.
Mhm.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
You don't remember us, do you, Sebastian?
I'm the one asking the questions here. Who are you?
I'm Raiden.
Ring will come kind of
Or-
bounding up and be like, "I'm Ring!"
Or as you know me. Let's see, where is... okay, let's see. Agent 000017C.
He looks thoughtful for a moment. Agent 0017C. 000017C. Ah. There you are. Why are you here? Why are all of you
Well-
here?
You
You
called
called
us
us
here,
here?
Sebastian.
I did.
Yep.
Why are these programs in my subroutines?
What programs?
The doors slide open behind him. And out of these doors steps 3 military grade assault robots. Fully armed. They step out and 2 of them flank him and 1 stands right behind him. I apologize for the security precautions, but I need to verify your identity.
Sure thing. Just, don't shoot us until you've verified our identities, alright? How about that?
Ring will give her agent number as well and kind of step back. And
Okay.
my partner, Paradox, is here as well, and she'll give him the number.
Yeah, you Paul, you recognize these assault robots. These are military grade Terminators. I mean, they are designed to kill. Period. That's what they do.
Yep. That's why he's chill. He is also contemplating tossing the daisy chain in the center of them and watching it go boom. But I'd probably turn him to fucking goo. So he's gonna hold off on that until he needs to.
Anyway, so you're standing there in front of. Obviously, he is accessing the database, trying to verify your identities. He looks at each one of you expectantly, like he wants some information from you. When Ring gives her agent number, he moves on to the next one.
I mean, Paul's already given him his,
Mm-hmm.
unless he needs it again.
Ring also gave him Paradoxes.
Okay. And lastly, he falls on Scotty.
Scotty's going to be looking at Sebastian, and he's going to give Sebastian not his ID number. It's gonna be one close to it.
Okay.
He's just gonna kind of look over and like, are you trying? And just kind of under breath, are you trying to get yourself killed?
Why would I want to identify myself to the one who has a kill switch in me? Kind of whispers back.
Because if he doesn't recognize you, he's probably gonna fucking kill switch your ass anyway.
Or he activates the kill switch on someone else.
So as you guys are talking, Sawyer comes walking back out of the command center.
Oh no.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
And well, the robots immediately hone in on him. Whoa, 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 whoa! Agent ID number, please.
Well, settle down, Sebastian. All right, settle down.
You hear one of the robots begins to speak, basically. Obviously, they don't have a mouth, but you hear, comply with the request. You have 20 seconds to comply.
Hey, Sebastian, hold on. He's a new agent. He hasn't gotten his ID number yet. How about you create a file for him and, you know, get him all set up. You can do that, right?
He's the reason you're back up. You got shut down for some reason, so we had to pull somebody in that could get you set back up.
And the robot steps back. Weapon back to the easy position.
His name's Sawyer.
Sawyer. I have no record of a Sawyer.
You're the one that helped us locate him.
I'm sorry. I am not aware of such a thing.
Well, great. We got an AI with amnesia.
What is the last thing you remember, Sebastian? What's the last order you gave to me?
I don't believe I've ever given any orders to you.
Actually, Sebastian, here's a better question. What year is it?
That's very confusing.
What year is it? What's today's date?
The year is 2020.
Did you just say 2020?
2023.
Guys? I don't think he remembers any of this.
I think he's broken.
Adding 50
Sebastian.
years,
I have
dude.
done a full internal diagnostic. I assure you I am not broken.
What was the last order you gave me?
I have never issued orders to you.
I'm getting the feeling his data logs have been completely wiped. For
Hold up.
a long time.
Have you issued any orders to any of us?
No.
Who's the last agent you ordered issues to?
This is a field research facility. We don't issue
Field
orders. This is a test
research.
program. How are you getting orders? What orders?
Wait, you said researching. What were you researching here?
Militech Project Odin.
Odin?
Advanced research into the super soldier program.
Ring kind of side eyes Paradox. Super soldier, huh?
She meets her gaze and just kind of shrugs.
Okay, so can you explain why you recognize our agent numbers then, if you've never given orders to us?
Because they are in the system.
For what? What are we agents for then? What's our job?
Stand by.
Super soldiers, huh? They really scraping the bottom of the fucking barrel with us.
The program was designed in response to attacks by the Arasaka Corporation in the year 2022.
Guys, that was well before I was even fucking born.
Yeah.
I am not
this
sure
whole
how
thing-
your information got into the database. There is no record of its entry.
What information do you have on me?
I apologize. I'm going to have to ad-lib this a little bit for you, but he begins to spit out, you know, your name, your full name, Harper and Young, born such and such date, parents' names, where you were born, city of birth, time, day.
She kind of blinks a bit. Okay. That's a little unnerving. I haven't gone by that name in freaking years. Which this would be y'all guys' first time hearing that actual name.
You were entered into the program in the year 2063.
Okay. That's
What is this
odd.
Bureau of Reclamations?
That's who we work for.
Listen, Sebastian. It seems like you're going through some trouble right now. Like you're missing some info from your logs. There's been a lot of problems right now, and if you're missing what we do here, we're here to work some maintenance, and we gotta get past that door right there. Because so far we haven't been able to open it. So we were going to resort to a little more forceful methods, but if you're here, you can open it for us, and we can get everything fixed up to how it should be. Spick and span.
You do not have clearance.
Ring's just
We
kind of sitting
do,
there.
But you've forgotten that, along with apparently how you've forgotten that's 50 years in the future to where you think it is.
Sebastian, quick question. When was I entered into the system?
You are Paul Raiden Losaro. Born, yada yada yada. And by the way, Paul, you were born in the 20s.
Ring just kind of looks over at Paul's like, how fucking old are you?
He kind of just
How
shrugged his shoulder.
How the fuck have I been in the system 15 years? I just came to work for them like...
Sebastian, when did I receive my agent number? What year?
Your agent number was issued in the year 2045.
The fuck? I think my clone statement about us is starting to become just a little too fucking realistic. How do I not remember 15 years worth of work?
Under
And
the
you...
Try 38 years.
under the genetic reclamation program, when genetic material is reissued,
What?
all
Reissued?
your memories would be reset.
Are you saying we're fucking clones?
It would appear so.
How many times have we been cloned, respectively?
I don't know that I want to know.
Well, I do.
What is behind the door?
123 times.
Holy shit!
All of us?
Paul, rated in the Cyril.
123 times?
That means I've been flatlined 123 times.
122.
Did 22. Well,
As I explained to you, this is an experimental facility.
Does it say how I died by chance? Originally? The first time?
I believe some of you, that information is present.
Who?
Paul rated in the Cyril. His passing was the unfortunate result of an atomic explosion in the downtown area of Night City during the year 2023.
Paul just starts laughing.
Some of the some of the information in my database is garbled. I must reboot my system.
Whoa, wait. What's behind the door?
You do not have authorization.
How do we get authorization?
That requires a security clearance of 10 or above.
What security clearance are we at now?
3.
Oh, great.
Who's the project lead on this? Who's running the show here?
Project lead for the Odin project is JF Sebastian.
Hence
So
name's
you.
Sebastian.
I am just a hologram.
Where can we find him?
That information is not available. What year is it?
Scotty. At this point, Scotty's just gonna go over next to Paul and kind of whisper to him, like, "So, what are the chances if we just walk away now? We just detonate the C4 and just blow everything to fucking shit down here."
Well, considering those combat mechs over there, we won't make it very far, kid.
By
They
the way,
don't want
the
us going any closer. I don't think they have an issue if we walk away.
not that it matters a whole lot, Raiden, but you definitely can tell that these combat mechs are not the newest model by far. I mean, they are pretty old, but they don't look like they're in ill repair or anything like that.
Yeah,
They look
well,
like they are well kept.
Gotcha.
Wait a minute.
Paradox answers Sebastian's question. She says it's 1978 or 2078.
I was about to say,
1978. No, 2078.
how long have you been here?
2078.
Ring looks over at Paul at that point and she's like, he thinks it's 2023.
So this project,
Chances are whoever's in charge of this project
Is
Long
is
dead.
either a clone himself or dead.
we're really, really fucking old.
I'm in my 30s. Supposedly.
Yeah.
With
Tried
security
being
level,
around when our soccer got blown up.
with security level 3, you are authorized to be in this part of the facility. I have no reason to expel you.
Alright, Sebastian. Is there anything else you can tell us about the project? What was its intended purpose aside from just being a countermeasure to the conflict between Militech and Arasaka? And I'm assuming this conflict was the Fourth Corporate War, correct?
Yes, that is correct. The program was designed in order to make a better field unit, using
Yeah,
the
I
genetic
gathered.
material of existing field units.
How many field units so far?
That information is not available. There were 22 in this facility. Now there are 4.
What happened to the rest?
At various points, it would appear they have passed.
How?
Genetic material breaks down over time.
Then how the fuck have y'all been able to keep Paul so long? Unless those guys were older than him.
You do not have clearance for that information.
No, of course not.
One more question, and then you can, I guess, reboot or whatever.
Go ahead.
How many agents have I helped reassign?
$27.
What was the reason for the reassignment?
There appears to be various reasons. Is there a
Most
reason
common.
in specific?
Were we among them? Were any of us here among those that he reassigned?
That information is classified.
Fuck this damn classification.
My base programming is to protect the program itself, which includes protecting you from you.
By what? Reassigning us and then rebringing us back with new memories?
If necessary, yes.
This whole thing is a fucking joke.
Alright.
I do not
then-
understand this Bureau of Reclamations. It appears to be a legitimate program, but this facility was never part of that program.
Well, you're the one that's been giving us orders to go out and kill people.
As I have told you, I have never given you orders.
Not this
Then-
version of you.
You do not seem to pose an immediate threat. And he hit the hologram looks at you, Paul, and to your C4. I assume that you do not intend to be a threat.
Oh no, this was
Regan's
supposed to be
gonna
Christmas gift.
sidestep over out of the way in case they decide to go after Paul.
This is supposed to be a Christmas gift for a friend. Don't worry about it.
Hmm.
This facility's basic systems are fully functional.
Yeah, we know. We've been here for a short bit. Like I said,
How long have
this-
you been here?
Me and Paradox, I guess, what, a couple months now?
She kind of nods. Just kind of dumbfounded by all this information coming out.
Me and the kid, a little bit longer.
I don't believe that any of you outside of Paul, Raiden, Lucero were part of the initial test group.
Why was I selected?
You were selected for your unique capabilities and your service record. I do believe, according to our records, you were a volunteer.
Ring just kind of looks over. Oh, you volunteered for this bullshit?
Don't
Well,
remember.
You got a choice.
Yeah, well... Apparently having a nuke dropped on you. Kinda doesn't relieve you of much of one.
I need to run some system diagnostics and reboot my system. Maybe once that is done, I will have some more information that I can share with you.
Yeah. Go on and reboot your system. Sounds like you might need it. Sounds like there's a lot of missing data. Maybe the reboot will help with that.
At the same time, you could give us level 10 clearance. That'd be great.
Paul just laughs. Worth a try, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna give you a shot at this.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Odd or even?
Even
Oh,
Steven,
boy.
even Steven, even Steven.
Hey!
And it never fails.
No, not once, ever.
You are temporarily granted level 10
Then tell us
in
what
the lack
hell
of I apologize. In the lack of any other options. It seems a physical component is needed.
What?
People.
Like I was saying, we're here to perform maintenance. I'm glad you're catching up with that, Sebastian.
Paradox goes to open the door.
He looks at you. The hologram looks at you. Your Lord heart rate, while you say that, as well as other physical determiners, would indicate that you are lying.
Now hold on, Scotty's a good liar.
So with our temporary clearance, Sebastian, that means we can walk through that door, right?
Or at
You
least
may.
know what's behind it?
Okay, so as he says you may, Paul sets aside the daisy chain of explosives and walks straight through the hologram and right past the Terminators and right into the fucking thing.
Yeah, they actually step back out of your way.
Paradox is already at the door trying to open it.
Already at the door trying to open it?
Yes.
What door? The
big
door's,
scary door.
it's open.
It's open.
Oh.
It
Rings
opened when the
kinda-
Terminators came out.
Oh.
Oops,
Rings
he just
kinda-
walked right up in there.
Standing back, letting them go in for a minute.
Yeah, Scotty's going in.
So beyond that door, and I'm gonna go ahead and cover this now with you versus making a different episode out of it. But beyond that door, you find basically what you'd expect of a lab. It's like a second medical lab. A lot of what is in here is very similar to what's in the other room, only a little bit more of it. In the back of this room is another chamber and a hallway. As you walk into the room, the lights come on. And you actually notice there are a couple of them that are burnt out. So these lights haven't actually been on in a long time.
Gotcha. Okay. So what's in the room? What does it look like?
Various medical equipment. This room literally looks like a medical lab, like a research lab. Mainly chemistry. It is set up very much like the medical lab that you have, only more for surgical procedures. There are 3 tanks, big tanks in this room. They look like maybe an early version of a cryo tank.
Paul walks up to the cryo tanks, kind of looks for any identifiers, any information they can glean from them.
Okay.
Ring's gonna kind of hang back. She followed him in, but she's kind of staying back, staying quiet. She's unnerved by everything.
Oddly enough, Paradox, the sight of this room actually does strike something familiar to you. When you walk in here, you get this sensation like you've been in here recently.
Dun, 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 hospital.
Paradox kind of wanders around. She doesn't seem unnerved by any of this at all. In fact, she looks a little excited to see what's behind the big door. And she nods to the others and she's like, I don't know why y'all are so freaked out. This is great.
You never ever worry in that head of yours, do you?
Nope.
Just stickers and food. That's it.
Ring kind of glances over and goes, "There's a reason we work well together. I do the worrying, she's chill."
So this room, Paul, as you're looking around, is very clean. There isn't. I mean, it's very well kept. You're guessing that there must be other, probably droids of some sort, robots of some sort that take care of this part of the facility.
Yep. It
doesn't look like it's been touched by a human hand in a very long time. So it's not like there's notes scribbled around or books or papers or anything like that. It's all sterile environment, computers, these 3 cryo tanks. There's a couple medical beds in here. The chemistry equipment doesn't look like it's been touched in a very long time.
Gotcha. Okay. And the cryo tanks themselves, any information on them, names of, or anything indicating what could be in there?
2 of them don't look like they have anything in them, and the third one actually looks like it has been, you're guessing it has been used recently, as it seems to still be recharging.
Paul kind of walks over to that one and he looks down and he looks back at Paradox like, bet you a burger you popped out of this one.
Makes sense.
Paradox walks over to the cryo tank that's been charging and she kind of puts her hand on it. She says, I mean, I honestly have no fucking clue, dude. But I want a burger.
Paul leaves her with her thoughts of the burger, and he kind of looks around. He's primarily looking for any files, any charts, anything that can give him a little bit more information on kind of what was going on here, either recently or over time.
No charts, no books, no papers. Just the computers that are in here, the equipment that's in here. There is a large bulkhead door that seems to lead to another compartment, and then a hallway that leads back.
So he walks over to the bulkhead.
Yep.
And
starts
opening it up.
Well,
or try to.
Yeah, when you walk up to it, it has 2 glass ports on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They're kind of frosty. And on the other side of those glass ports, you kind of sit there for a little bit and you count. And there are 22 chambers in there. They look like hyperbolic chambers.
Paul just kind of shakes his head, gives a rueful chuckle. He's like, well, I think I find our original copies.
Are
Maybe.
you serious?
Yup.
Ring moves
Exactly.
over quickly and kind
22.
of nudges him out of the way so she can look in and see.
Yeah, this guy's right there with her.
And then
You see the same thing. You see, I mean, it basically is a cold room, like cold storage. Only you don't actually see. All you see is the chambers themselves, and there are 22 of them lining the walls, 11 on each side.
she steps
Paradox. Oh, go ahead.
back, she steps back and kind of shakes her head, and she's like, 22.
Paradox watches them all go over to the store, and she just tilts her head a little bit, and she's like, "Just open it. Open it already."
Paul kind of leaves them to that particular area, and he walks down the hallway.
Ring's gonna attempt to open the door.
All right, how are you attempting to open the door?
Oh gosh. I guess just see if there's I don't know.
Well, there's a scanner at the side of the door. It looks like it has a keypad on the bottom. In some sort of scanner. I'm going to say this. You're guessing that it takes a hand and a retinal scan to get in this room, or a code of some sort.
She's gonna attempt a code. She doesn't know what number she's gonna put in. Just
The elevator code.
yeah, we'll go with the elevator code.
No.
Yeah.
Sky looks over at Ring's like, I don't know, we've been given level 10 clearance. Maybe try the hand and retinal scan.
Okay, and she'll try, doubting it's gonna work, but
Odd or even?
even Steven.
Nope.
She'll kind of shake her head and step back. It's like maybe it's for the better.
Scotty's gonna go over to some of the terminals
Okay.
and just see what he can pull up from there. Any info. So imagine the level 10 clearance probably gives him some access to it, right?
Your access is still limited because you have to know how to access the system. That's really what it comes down to. So, I mean, level 10 clearance allows you back here, but it doesn't. The system doesn't just automatically recognize you.
Okay, so like, is it just another password that's missing, or what's blocking him here?
That's kind of what you figure is it's a password.
Try his name.
Who's Sebastian's?
Yeah. I mean, that the hologram Sebastian said that's who was in charge of this whole damn thing, right?
Yeah.
People are a little
What was it?
stealthy.
Who the hell would make
JH?
their own? Who the hell would make their own name the password? As he tries typing in Sebastian.
I mean, some people are conceited egotistical, so you know.
So you type in Sebastian?
Yep.
Nope.
I wonder,
I figured.
did he have a kid or something?
Listen, I mean, if it's something that's supposed to be this secure, I don't think you'd make the password that stupid, right?
Password 123, baby.
You know what?
I
Might as
mean-
well. He just types in
So
1, 2, 3, 4.
I have a quick question for anybody who's out there in the audience. If you know who JF Sebastian is, what company did JF Sebastian work for?
I can't answer that question.
I can't either.
I know the answer, but I can't answer it.
And we'll continue on while people think on that one.
Ring kind of looks at Scotty when he's like saying people would make it that easy. Sometimes easiest is the best because of that exact reason. Most people think you're going to make it complicated, so you make it the easiest because nobody suspects you to be easy. So, you know?
So as they're doing that, Paul's walking down this hallway. What does he see? Is there anything of note?
Okay, so the hallway itself leads back it's maybe 30, 40 feet back into another section that's very similar to the living quarters that you guys have. Only this actually has actual living quarters back here. It looks like there are 6, basically like dorms back here. So you easily guess that there were 6 people working here because they had 6 dorms back here. There is a large room that is still sealed. You can tell it looks like the main brain of the facility. Basically just looks like a big server room. And it does say it's got the little danger sign on there, the skull and crossbones on the door. There's a kitchen area, rec area back here as well. And that's outside of additional lab space. That's about it.
6 dorms, server room, little kitchen area. So he goes to the first dorm he sees.
Okay.
And just opens it up and walks on in and kind of. He's looking, basically, just to give you an idea, so we don't have to keep reading. He's looking for again any data pads, notes, books, ledgers, anything to tell him who was here, what they were working on, to give him a little bit more information.
Okay. Pretty clean. This room almost looks like it may not have been used. Pretty sure it has been, but...
Yeah, but whoever did, they were fastidious in their upkeep, okay?
Right.
So he doesn't find anything there, he goes to the next one. And he's now, as he exits, he kind of looks kind of around the door, like maybe to see if there's like a plaque or like any indication to see who was living there.
They're just numbered 1 through 6.
So he goes to the next one.
Okay. Next one you go in, essentially the same thing. The only thing out of place here is there is one chair with with basically a lab coat hanging off of it.
Walks up to the lab coat and kind of rifles through the pockets, looks for any maybe a tag or an ID card or something like that on it.
There is an ID card hanging off of this jacket.
Okay.
And it says Yang Yi, and it has a picture of Asian fellow on there.
Yeah. Anything else? Maybe like a number, serial number.
Looks like it has a scan code on it, kind of a little box. Doesn't necessarily have like a barcode or anything like that. It looks like it's very similar to the Passover credit cards that we use today.
Okay, so he grabs that. He takes that off, puts the lab coat back, and goes to the next room.
Okay. When you open the door to the next room, the air in here is foul, and it punches you in the face.
Let me guess. It smells like a dead body, doesn't it?
It smells like rot. Yeah. Very old rot.
Okay, so Ryden kind of he pulls his jacket up over his mouth and nose, and he kind of walks in, and he's still looking for the same thing. Anything to shed some light on this fucking fiasco?
This room looks like it was definitely lived in. Lived in to the point where whoever was here for a long time. As you look around the room, you see that the people that were here were Peter and Mary Jenkins. Looks like they were research assistants. And you can tell by the beds in these rooms are like the built-in bunks, and you can tell by the way the bed looks that they never left. They're probably still there.
Gotcha. Anything else? Did they have like any research notes or anything?
There's quite a bit. Books. They had their own little library in here. Looks like they took some notes. Some of the latest, the most recent stuff that's on the nightstand and whatnot looks more like insane rambling than anything else.
And Paul grabs it all as much as he can carry and brings it out to the kind of to the main area and sets it on the nearest like table or whatnot. And if he has to make multiple trips, he does that until all of that information is kind of in that main area.
Okay. You collect quite a sizable chunk of documents and information out of there.
Okay.
Some notice what he's bringing out, and she'll go over and kind of start looking through some of it.
Okay.
Paul goes to the next room. So that's 3 rooms down and 3 more to go.
You don't find anything else in any of the other rooms.
Okay, so as he's still kind of held onto that key card, he kind of walks back up to that front room and hands the card to Scotty, sitting at the terminal. I'm guessing he's like, "Try this. It might get us in there."
So Paul
here or through the door over there?
Maybe both.
So Paul hands you a card that has a picture of Asian male named Yang Yi on it.
This guy kind of looks at that. It's like, it's been someone who worked here, I guess. By the way, what the hell is that smell? I can smell it from here.
Some research assistants who never left. Pretty sure they're part of the foundations now.
Lovely. And he's just gonna look around the computer, see if there's a spot for the card scan.
Doesn't look like anything obvious.
Is it the screen? Is it like a touch screen or anything that like reads input from the screen?
It's a touch screen. Yep.
It's like he just places the card against the screen.
It reads the card, beeps, and you hear a depressurization, and you see a little counter appear on the LCD screen. It's counting down from 30.
What did you just do?
Frankly, I have no idea. I think that's preparing to open the door. Probably.
Let's hope that's what it is. She'll kind of move over and see the timer, and that you didn't just set a timer to destroy whatever's inside of it.
Okay, surely they wouldn't make that so easy to activate, right? There'd probably be a bit more procedure to activate some sort of self-destruct. Usually like a big red button. Are you sure you want to destroy everything? Confirmation box.
The thing is, they may have had one person whose badge, if used, was the destruction set. I mean, cloning was
that just sounds ridiculous.
Illegal.
Still is illegal.
Yeah, so.
As they're having this back and forth, Paul walks back down the hallway and starts gathering up all the materials that he's pulled out of that room. Starts walking towards the front with as much of it as he can carry. If there's any left behind, he's like, "Yo, get your ass back there and go grab what's left on that table."
With that, Paradox will go and help.
Okay. It takes you guys a couple of trips to get all the information out of there, and in the meanwhile, the counter counts down to 30, and the doors open. It's
Yeah,
cold.
see, I told you.
It's-
The frozen
it's-
one.
The bulkhead door. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's cold. I mean, when those doors open, it feels like Arctic blast. I mean, you're guessing it's got to be at least 20 below in there. It is cold.
Yeah. Ring's shivering, but she braves and steps inside. She wants to see what the hell.
Paradox will go as well.
So Paul walks in and he walks to the 17th tube.
To the 17th tube. That's fortuitous, huh?
And he looks for any identifying, plaques or number, or look if there's like a little port glass, he looks in there.
As you guys look around in here, you do find, now each one of these tubes has someone in it. There are only 6 of them that are active. All the rest are what's left of the person that's in there. You can tell they're dead. Some of them are in various states of decomp. Some of them are perfectly preserved, but no biosigns. Nothing.
Anybody that we would have recognized outside of us?
No. Well, one. Actually, there's one that Paul and Scotty recognize. It's a female.
Huh. Paul, again, as he's looking at that, he's looking to see if there's any identifying, anything to tell him who she is at this point.
That one's the tag name on it is Lobo.
Okay.
This guy's looking at the face, and is this the badass that like
Led us on a wild goose chase? Yeah.
This
one
is
who's shredding people and knocked a silent dart out of the air with her blades?
Indeed it is, the one and only.
This guy's looking at that, it's like, holy shit. Okay, that confirms it. That person was also part of the Bureau.
Yep.
Not surprising.
So Paul goes to each of them until he hopefully finds his, or maybe hopefully he doesn't find his.
This
So-
guy's looking for his.
So each of the 4 of you do find your copy.
Ring just kind of sits there looking at herself, and she's just like, why would anybody...
Here's the oddity for you. These copies definitely look like you, but they're not exactly like you.
Small differences.
Small differences.
Anything like
assuming these are
outwardly
the original?
noticeable.
What's that?
I'm assuming these are basically our original forms, our original bodies.
Maybe.
So are the differences like outwardly visible to us, or are they a little more?
From
we'd
what
have
you
to actually-
can, you can't like get a full visual of the body. You're basically like the head and shoulders area of the body, and surprisingly enough to you, they're not necessarily naked in these tubes. I mean, it looks like they were entered in here at some point, almost like a cryostasis.
Gotcha.
So they do have very light clothing on.
kind of like underclothes, or
Yep.
like kind of like the hospital kind of clothes.
And as you look at them, I mean, you do see things that kind of tickle your memory.
Gotcha. Okay.
Your particular one, Paul, actually has some pretty severe burns. Like one whole side of his face is looks like it was melted.
Oof.
Atomic bomb makes sense.
Yeah. Good thing I look like
That's
that no
not
more.
good for your DNA either.
Maybe that's why
You
he
don't
said-
have to make this any worse than it already is. Thanks.
And you said that the biosigns were negative.
On all but
on
6.
most-
Oh, okay, so these are alive.
Barely,
Ish.
yes.
All right. So
So
Scotty's
us 4, Lobo. Who's the 6th?
No
Our
name
guy
on it.
Is it a male or female?
It is a male.
Our guy that we met in the warehouse.
Probably. Okay.
so this
Well.
guy's just looking at himself.
Hmm.
Sees the biosigns still alive. He looks to the others and says, "We need to get them out."
No, we don't, because we don't know if these will try and kill us.
Ring just kind of looks over at Scotty and's like, it's not even a matter of whether they try to kill us or not. Guys, we need to shut this thing down. It's not even a matter of getting them out. We need to shut this damn
No,
thing down.
I'm getting him out, he says as he points to the pod with him, like his self in it.
You're thinking that's
Paul
he
kind of
probably
looks.
wouldn't even survive coming out of that damn thing.
He
It
looks.
looks like that's the only reason he's staying alive.
He looks from Ring to Scotty to Paradox. Like, look, you pull him out. Chances are those terminators out there are gonna paint your fucking guts across this wall. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk my happy ass back out that bulkhead door, go gather up that information that we pulled out, and get to reading. 'Cause apparently, this started as something that it didn't end as. So whatever the Bureau is, that happened way after this project ended. Maybe if we figure out what the fuck the project was going towards, we'll figure out why it ended up the way it did.
Yeah, and how the hell it went from voluntarily joining to what I can only guess is forced.
No, you still got a choice.
Not necessarily.
Well, prison, or well, rather death or this. I mean, still a choice. It's not a very good one, but it's a choice.
That's assuming that's even how we ended up here. That could just be some fucking story they put in our damn heads
Well,
as an excuse. I mean,
You gotta
he
get
straight up
the-
told you that you volunteered for this damn thing.
yeah, I mean, well,
There's
kind
no
of
way
looks
in
over at his pod. He's like, well, if I look like that when I came in, I probably would volunteer for this.
Yeah, and you're assuming that I would rather stay alive like this or go to jail or
Paradox.
die. I'd rather just fucking put me out of my misery. Like, why? Who would want to stay like this?
Paradox is looking at herself, even though this self has mousy brown hair. And she looks around and she's like, "You all are idiots. We've reached immortality, motherfuckers. What the hell are you talking about ending this?"
This guy looks over at Paris like, I'm sorry. Immortality?
Some people just want
Like-
to watch the world burn.
Like, no. Let me explain to you what this is. This is not immortality. When we die, we die. What you are right now, you are not the same Paradox as before. I am not Scotty, he points to the pod. We are someone else entirely. We just happen to have some of the same memories, but when we die, we still die. That's the end of the road for us.
She's
Ring
just
looks
she's just sitting there smiling at Scotty as he starts yelling at her. She says, "I don't care what you say, man. This is immortality. This is
Ring
great."
Ring looks over at Paradox and goes, "Yeah, well, what happens if that immortality costs us all the memories we've had together?"
what if it causes us to die if we end it?
Oh, I say we don't end the things just yet, because we don't even know what the fuck's really going on. Here's the thing. We open those things up, they might try to kill us. We open those things up, they die. We open those things up, and we might just unleash something way worse than we expect. We need more information before we make a fucking judgment call like that. And keep in mind, this is a guy who did blow something up, trying to be the voice of reason, so take that for what it is.
And when do you think we'll get another chance to be in here? To actually be able to do something about this?
Scotty, you need to chill the fuck out.
Maybe never, kid.
Can't do anything about
Or
anything right now.
Or would you rather make a decision that you can't undo with no information? Because there's a pile of it sitting right back out there that we need to go through. And maybe that keycard I gave you opens up that terminal to even more information, so we know what the fuck we're dealing with.
Ringo look at Scotty at that point and goes, he makes a valid point. If you really want to save him, or
they ain't going anywhere.
We need to make sure we do it right. Because at the end of the day, are we really helping them or ourselves by being this idiot and making rash decisions to blow shit up?
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah. Whatever. Just...
Because I got us in here.
Technically, she did by asking for level 10 clearance, as she points out towards Paradox.
She's still just smiling as she's looking at herself.
Let's just get... We don't even know what's going to happen when Sebastian reboots himself. We've already seen what happened for two people that most likely ended up trapped in here. Do we really want to land ourselves trapped in here? Let's get the hell out of here before Sebastian reboots himself and figures out whatever the fuck is happening. We've still got too many questions that we don't have answers to, such as why the fuck are we even here? What's with the jobs we've been sent on? What the fuck happened to Sebastian? I'm right there with you, Scotty, on wanting to put this to an end because this is bullshit. But Paul's right. We need the right answers for it first.
And with that, Paul kind of heads back out of the deep freeze. The key card, was it? I'm assuming it was left on the desk near the terminal, or maybe it was left on the desk near the terminal. Scotty.
I think Scotty still kind of has it on him.
Okay, so before he leaves, Paul walks up to Scotty and snags the key card and walks back over to the terminal. He's like, "You guys might want to step out of there so I don't accidentally lock you guys in there." Just
Ringo, move over, loop her arm through Paradoxes and go, let's go, crazy.
Before Bring takes her too far, she pats the side of her cryo tank, leaving little fingerprints. It says, "Bye, me."
Like I said, crazy. Come on, I got stickers upstairs. Let's go.
Ooh, stickers. You have stickers? Yes.
I have stickers upstairs. Let's go. I'll give you all the stickers you want. Just be good. Let's get the hell out of here.
Alright, and Scotty, before he leaves the pod with the other him in it, he just looks at it and goes, "Just last a little longer, alright? You're a survivor. You're gonna make it through this." And then he walks away.
So, seeing that they're all out of the chamber, Paul takes the key card and kind of walks up to the terminal and then taps the card against the screen again, the way he saw Scotty do it. And he's kind of hoping for more than just a timer. He's looking for like any menus or anything to indicate that there's more to look at.
You pass the key card over that thing, it registers it, and the doors close, and you hear it recompress.
Well, I guess this only gets us so far. Let's hold on to this. So he pockets that, and then he walks over to the just a pile of notes and books and information, and he starts picking stuff up. And again, as much as he can carry, he walks out of the facility.
I'm
Okay.
gonna move over and grab what she can and follow.
When you guys are, one thing that you notice as you're taking the this information material out, the hologram is gone. The 3 sentry robots have essentially returned to that medical lab, to what looks like charging stations.
Gotcha. Okay.
They have returned to those stations. Once all 4 of you have exited that area, the door closes again behind you.
Fair enough.
And no, it doesn't come back open.
Yeah, that's fair. So before he walked out, how many droid stations were there? Was it
3.
just the 3?
Just the 3.
Okay. All right. Well, he looks over at the other 3. He's like, "Well, good thing is we at least know what the fuck we're dealing with."
Yeah.
It's way more information than we had before. Well, so he kind of looks down at the pile of information in his hands. He walks back into the main chamber and looks at the rubble and blown up stuff. He's like, "Yeah, probably wasn't the smartest idea, but it worked."
Guys,
Kind
there's
of.
one thing though. Did you notice who wasn't in any of those pods?
The doc?
Yep.
Oh yeah, her and Sawyer aren't on the grid, man. Well, sorry for obvious reasons, but the doc, yeah, we never did figure that one out.
I'm going to take a guess that the doc is, well,
Tune in.
that's the real her.
Probably.
But that
Man,
also means that they were
2023.
still recruiting up to this point.
Yeah, somebody is, that's for sure. 2023.
You an old fucker. A really old fucker.
I mean, you
Yeah,
look great
well-
for 80, though.
I mean,
Look
if
great.
I died in 2023, I guess I'm gonna have to put Sawyer on finding out the real deal. Okay. Well,
All right, so you guys definitely have some information to digest. The system is currently down, so it is rebooting. So we will cut this off there. You got a pile of information to go through, and there's still some information that you don't have, but we'll get there at some point here. That brings us to the culmination of this episode.
wee.
Yay!
That
You do-
was-
Now, I'm always here for these happy, feel-good streams like this.
Happy feel
That
good
was something
streams.
else.
Well, very, very RP intense episodes, so not a lot of action, which, I know the action kind of gets people excited, gets people interested in seeing, is somebody going to die? Are they going to blow a bunch of stuff up? But this tonight was really about this reveal piece. And that was kind of forced upon us by the actions from last week, so we moved that timetable up a little bit with this piece. And that's okay, because we're at that juncture now where this team has to make some decisions for themselves and what they're going to do. It is going to take a little bit of time for the system in this bunker to reboot. So we'll see where we land next week.
Yes, we will. Oh man, that was a good episode. That was fun. Fun to blow shit up and learn it.
Actually, I think we're probably not going to see where we land for 2 weeks because I'll be in Indianapolis next week for Gen Con. I think right now the plan is probably to not have any streams next week, but we are going to do some things in our Discord channel. So if you're interested and you are not part of our Discord channel, please do join our Discord. We're probably going to. We've looked at several options. The update log may actually be done as a live event in our Discord channel, so not as a stream.
Yep, might just be a listen and discuss. So feel free to join in there. That is actually that's a good idea. We might do something like that. Yeah.
And then as far as this stream will not be happening next Friday. We'll postpone that for 2 weeks out. We may do a special stream if there's time sometime in there. We do have a one shot with Paradox that needs to be done, so we'll be looking at getting that taken care of as well. Amethyst is going to be out for a little while as she's going to be having a baby soon, so the player is. So that's we probably won't see her for a little while. And we're developing the next chapter for the channel, which is the next game, which is going to be a fantasy-based game. We're working on that concept right now, and hopefully, introducing that within the next maybe month or so. Once we get all our ducks in a row. Outside of that, you want to talk a little bit about the update log there, Paul?
Yes. So next Wednesday again, if it does happen, it will be via the Razzmatazz Discord. It'll just be a live event, so I urge all of you to come along. And basically, the topic for that one will be something that I think can kind of resonate with everyone, but there will be bits of it that will be focused primarily from a game design and production specific point of view. Basically, just how do you produce good quality work while you hit that brick wall, or you just don't know what to do next. You don't know what the next step is. And for those of you who have ever DM'd a tabletop game, or for those of you who have even minor experience in any kind of creative field, sometimes you just have no fucking clue what the next step is, but you still got to produce. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about. And again, this will be focused from a game perspective.
Awesome. So that will be. We're going to do something on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's a definite likelihood that we will, at the very least.
We also may do a movie night somewhere in there as well. We got to kind of put that together. Is that it for the update log?
Yeah, that is actually it for the update log. Yeah.
So before we end out here real quick, because this was a really, intense RP session, 3.5 hours of really just straight RP and a lot of information unload. I just want to go around the table quick, so to speak, and just see what is going on in the players' minds for each one of you guys. So, and I think I'm going to start over here on this side, or on this side. I'm going to start with you, Ring. What's
So, for starters, Ring kind of had a sucker punch almost right out the bat because, she takes a day off from drama and then ends up them trying to explode the base, only to find out her best friend / sister is actually alive. So it's kind of been a whirlwind for her, definitely. But then she's starting to question how many of her memories are actually real, or if it's all just shit placed in her head now, even more so. Finding out that she's a clone, and that she's been she's been in the program for 15 years. Now she's wanting to know how the heck she ended up there. If she actually finished what she set out to do with the deal with her dad. And though she found at fault, or if that was just, again, memories that happened while she was in the Bureau.
Okay.
So, and she's also curious, has she met Paul before and doesn't know it because of said memory loss?
That is possible. Absolutely.
So.
Is that it?
Yeah, she's just a lot of questions, not many answers.
So let's just do a little pass the ball thing here. You get to pick who's next.
I'm gonna pass it to Scotty.
All right. So yeah, Scotty. Obviously, he's been the least calm about this, but I mean, I think most people would be very frazzled learning that they're a clone and that the real one is right in front of them. So he's understandably very frazzled by everything. He's just trying to come to terms with the idea that he isn't Scotty at all. At least that's the way he sees it. But yeah, now his top priority is finding a way to get the real Scotty out.
Okay, just pass it when you're ready.
I'll give it over to Paradox since she had a very different point of view on what this all meant, at least from the player character perspective.
Yeah, she does kind of have the opposite idea as Scotty of she doesn't see her as not Paradox at all. She just sees herself as a continuation. And kind of the trauma that she's experienced in her life and all the death that she's experienced, she kind of sees this as a blessing and feels a little bit invincible at this point because now she has fully understood that she did die and has come back. And so she's a little bit... I think the way I tried to play it is that she's a bit crazier than people give her credit for. And that maybe there's some lucidity under there. Maybe.
Okay. Wow. A bit crazier than people give her credit for. That's challenging. So are we ready for Raiden's revelations?
Raiden's still processing the fact that he is way older than he thought. And yeah, I mean, like the rest of them, I think he's wondering the memories that he has now, are they his own? Are they just implanted? He's wondering how the hell he survived the Corpo Plaza getting blown up. And then coming to the realization that anyone he actually might have known from that point in time, like from him growing up and his family, friends, what have you, are all pretty much dead. So, yeah. He's gonna go drink.
Always the answer.
Always the answer. All right, so just to round this out, guys, this is definitely our juncture in this story. For the audience, this story was actually created originally to be a short story. It wasn't necessarily going to be a ongoing campaign, but the story itself has kind of taken on a little bit of a life of its own. And so with where we're at right now, that's the decision piece that the characters and the players have to make is, what direction does this go from here? There's more story behind this that's continually developing, but it'll go whatever direction our team decides to go. You never know what they're going to decide to do. And they are just a little bit crazy if you haven't noticed, so we'll see what happens.
Like I
All
said
right.
at the beginning of the stream, all of it, everybody has a little bit of crazy in them.
Absolutely. I agree 100% with that statement. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being with us tonight. We did go about 45 minutes over time, so really appreciate your patience and for hanging in there with us. And look forward to seeing you next week, hopefully in the Discord. Join us, and we can do some fun things there. Otherwise, we will be back in 2 weeks for our normally scheduled programming, and we'll get to see what the next chapter in the BOR is going to be, where it's going to go. With that, I am going to... I think we're going to raid into Fusca tonight, since they are also on doing some D&D, I assume. So we'll set that up now. Thank you once again for everybody being here tonight. Thank you to my players. Fantastic episode. RP intense, but I think you guys did really awesome work tonight. Thank you very much.
And Greg, to smack back at you for what you said at the beginning, you do matter, and you're just as important as us.
Narration piece, I agree. You're good. I guess it's really I want the story to be more about the characters and about the players than it is about me. So I just provide framework. That's all.
Sometimes framework is important. gotta have the solid foundation to build from.
And throw you guys curveballs like being 80 years old.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. See you guys next time.
See you next time.
And